Do a second blow. And that laugh is Wolf Dog. We are here with Andrew Wolfe.
Oh my Lord!
In the Wolf Den.
It's exactly as you expect.
It was pretty. My mania is through the roof. I haven't slept a lot. I would have been interrupting a lot. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure where I'm going to start this episode.
Yeah, we'll figure out where we start. It's got a lot of fuck, man. My ear hurts from laughing too much.
Yeah, especially early on when he was.
No, it went downhill. So probably listen for the first 13 minutes and then get out.
Okay, if you get to a point where I'm telling a story about like just a nice day in Thailand, it's a 30-second story that had nothing, and
it's a 30-minute story.
It went for about 30 minutes because Wolfie kept on.
It's good. It's really fun. We're talking about.
Basically, I had a lovely day on an island, and it rained, and then I got home.
That was it.
That
was it. That's all I wanted to say.
I wanted to see how much we could get out of it. Just for fun.
We spoke about Wolfie's trip in LA.
None of it was done well, man, because I did a pod recently.
It's not about doing
another
bits,
pod.
mate. We're just having it. We're friends catching up.
No, but I did another pod and I listened back to it. My mania's bad. I threw my phone against the wall.
Why?
So this one might be worse.
No, you're
it's
great.
fine, bro. You're with friends. You're
well, I apologise.
And we discussed
your trip to Thailand and your love interest. How Branchy's dad is Gary Glitter.
Gary Glitter.
Kanye,
FTX.
We solved cancel culture.
Liver King,
Liver
cancel
King.
culture, and
Clintons, Epstein's, the Jews.
Yeah,
and you can't say that word though, can you?
The Jewish, and the
no, we're talking about Jew like that forms on plants.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
and the
Bali bonk ban. They've banned sex in Bali.
Oh yeah, the Bali bang ban and the retarde.
Wolfie's new show called Retarde Hour, but we get a big shout out. So the first 15 to 20 minutes of this pod, we're going to put on Patreon only because it is Patreon only content. So if you want to join the Patreon, go to Hard Yarn's Instagram and you'll click the link on our link tree. There's lots of bonus podcasts. One's just gone up with me and Jehmal when Branchy was away. Lots of extra content, lots of discount codes, merch. There's fucking heaps on there.
And we've got a new Patreon as well.
A new Patreon. Shout out to Tom Whitaker, or it's White Acre.
It'll be Whitaker.
So Witty Acre.
Yeah.
So thanks, Tom. Top tier. Fucking VIP hard as fuck.
Yeah, you'll get the new shirt.
New shirt coming through. Thank you, brother. Well, I shouldn't
careful
assume your gender.
Careful washing those shirts, guys. Mine fell apart.
And I think we gave Kit Adams a shout out on the last one as well.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
So,
Adam Gray.
You
always shout him out.
It's the day.
Fuck, this has been a long intro. Anyway.
And shout out James McFarlane got in touch with me.
Did he?
Yeah, for a future wedding. He's not engaged yet.
Let's see how long we can get that.
Was this like your preemptive bucks? Just like he's having a preemptive.
I want to do a preemptive bucks because I'm never going to get married.
What we need to do is try to turn the intro into another app.
This is like Night at the Roxbury intro. Like, it's the club outside the club.
I love what you're saying about weddings. What are your thoughts?
Fuck, this is a good
Let's get
episode.
hard.
Let's get hard.
Welcome to Hard Yarns Podcast.
I am fucking fat.
Anything Chris White says, please disregard it.
5D is actually a state of being. It's a unity consciousness.
That was Hard Yarns with me, Frankie Rose. So I'm going to throw it over to your co-host,
Daniel Delby.
And Cameron Branch.
I would do this and then I'd gong.
Free in attendance for the millions listening at home. Let's get hard.
Okay, but
Wolfie, it's just been in LA.
Oh, mate, how good. Have you been watching the media? Kanye's making some good points. I'm just joking.
I've been, okay. So for people who are listening and watching, I'm switching, so I get distracted when I'm switching. So if I'm quiet, that's why.
Sounds like you're making excuses.
So we've just done a good 15, 20-minute Patreon app with Wolf Dog.
Yeah, but like, man, we probably have to delete that thing you even put on Patreon.
Why?
Man. Well, because I didn't really articulate it that well, eh? It wasn't great.
The fans know it.
Where have you been? You've just back from Thailand, eh?
Yeah, am I? Yeah.
You're not on camera, man.
I'm not on camera. You tell me if I'm not on camera and I'm doing it.
You're
right.
not.
You keep me posted.
How was it, dude? You met like Love interest.
Alina.
Was she good?
Yeah, she's good.
How'd
man.
you meet her? Like in the mixed volleyball or what? Was something active?
No, I met her in Phuket.
Was it like night out? Meet?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
like
night out
around the pool.
Yeah, night out in Phuket, met her, and then randomly bumped into her like 60 k's away in another province in Krabi.
Did you actually
Randomly?
Or you're following her?
This is the thing. No. No, just bumped into her randomly.
Dude, she followed you.
Yeah,
she
well,
might have been-
well, I was there first.
Oh,
you
really?
get
Do we have
nothing.
aircon, dude? We got to put aircon on.
Aircon's
Fucking
on.
Hot, man.
Aircon's on.
Are you serious?
Mate, why are we paying like...
Yeah, let's turn. Oh, wait a sec. Dude, this pod's fucked. Why is he walking off camera?
Because this has gone off.
Oh, really? Dude, the pod's one of the worst. I thought because he just got off, we're going to have to edit this out.
No.
Oh, yeah, man. But so do you reckon you're going to be able to, like, because we were talking about it on the phone, right? Do you reckon you'll be able to, like, something will come over it, or is it just
Of
like
her.
a holiday romance?
No, she's sick. Like, yeah, and that's what I like. The holiday romance is made good because it's it's finite.
Yeah,
Like, the
yeah,
end
yeah.
of it. Like if she's sitting on the couch, fucking biting her nails, and I'm getting fucking pissed off.
Dude,
at
that's
every
what we
little
were
tiny-
saying about it.
Like-
Because her German accent's sort of cute, but then when she's back in
becomes
Perth
annoying.
and keeps pronouncing Joondalup wrong, it starts to piss you off. It's doing the lab, and you're like, nah, shut up, it's not cute anymore. Do you know what I mean? When
I did like
she's
her-
calling her mum, and then
Yeah.
the name's not that right.
Yeah.
And then also, if she came here, she has no support.
Yeah,
Do you know,
yeah.
there she's on holiday having a break, but then it's just you.
You get the
Some guys like that.
You get the ultimate version of someone when they're on holiday.
Dude,
they're
yeah.
relaxed. It's the perfect version. But I did like every morning get a message. Let's go meet down there, and she'd be like, okay, today we go and we get.
She was Borat?
Yeah, that's
All right.
we go get the drink. We get the boat. We go to the.
Dude, I love imagining her in Germany on a podcast, and he's like, and he kept going, yeah, I love you so much. And they're all laughing, going,
No, but-
the Aussie accent. The
No,
reverse.
weed was legal over there, so that made things a little interesting as well. So we would like.
It's not legal, dude.
Yeah.
You just
You
got fucked. Dude, I love telling someone, yeah, mushrooms. Yeah. And then you see him on the beach
I think-
lined up to be shot. And you're like, sorry, dude. I just spoke to a guy at the bar. I didn't really, I'm not a lawyer. I'm sorry that you're in jail.
It was so good to just fucking shut off. I didn't realize how long I'd not rested for. Like
Dude,
3
it's actually
years.
cool that you met someone because it would have added
Yeah,
to it.
yeah. So totally platonic initially. So it was just like
It's because
cool
of
to
all
just
that
hang out.
workouts you've been doing. You're looking in hot form, man. I noticed you were like the liver king with no shirt on the whole fucking trip. I'm like, did you go through customs without a shirt on?
So hot.
You were like
surprised?
thirst trapping the whole trip, hey.
Huh?
You thirst trapped your way through that trip.
Thirst trap.
Well, you know when you like, you know what thirst
Yeah,
trap
when
means.
you're trying to
That you've
get
got-
girls.
Thirst trap is when someone uploads like a photo where they look hot.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Like
yeah,
girls do
Like
a
if
lot
a
of it.
chick's like got like some cleavage out on her Insta story.
Yeah, yeah.
This sounds like a
Yeah,
toxic
yeah.
masculinity take on it, but like they want you to message or they want you to comment because it's
Yeah.
thirst trap. And
A
the
lot
way
of
I
them- a
know
lot of
this
them
is
do
because
stuff.
one of our listeners thirst traps me on purpose.
Oh,
And
that's
she's
great.
like, "Oh, you fell for the thirst trap."
Oh,
Yeah.
the listener.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's it? Yeah, yeah.
I met her in Krabi. This German chick.
Oh, really?
Hello, Daniel.
What was the bar you met her in?
Bar up by the sound of things.
Rhubarb.
It was the girlfriend experience.
Kangaroo.
How much was it a day, dude? Do you know what's
Kangaroo bar.
amazing? At least your life got better because I've been on holidays where it's nothing improved.
Yeah, but that's Mandra Caravan Park.
because I'm like, it's still hot. I'm bored. Girls hate me over there. They're on half the wage. They're still not interested. No, but you know what I mean? In your head, you go, I'll go to Thailand. It's going to get better. And you're still having an awful time there where people are going like, can you just leave the pool? You're creeping everyone out. And you go into your room and just lie and watch Netflix.
Yeah. Well, it was very platonic. It was just good to hang out with someone.
What? So it was like hands holding sort of thing?
No. So this was the whole thing. Like that was what the point. Like we both made. Like if you go on a trip the next day after you have sex, you feel like you have to hold.
Then you
hands,
feel like you're
have to
dating,
hang-
hey?
Yeah, exactly. So if you just
If you're a fucking pussy.
yeah.
Dude, you
but,
actually
but then
need-
you can meet other people, which I did this as well.
Oh, dude, that's
If
a
you're
lot.
a top G,
Yeah.
you won't have to.
Top
When you're
G,
the top G.
top G has to, you hook up with someone on breakfast in front of them
yeah.
to establish dominance. And you're like, dude, it's a lady bringing like a tray of scones. And you tongue kiss her. Just to establish dominance.
It was so.
And you're like, dude, it's a 60-year-old waiter.
It was so good to have someone to just hang out with. Because traveling alone, you've done this before.
I've done it every time I've been.
Yeah, when you travel alone, it's fun because it's free and you can do what you sort of want. But at the same time, you can get bored.
Yeah, man. And you had photos, but you never locked one down. You were just... Well, I was saying you saw girls, but it was sort of like then I didn't see you doing like the girlfriend experience.
Because I'm a top G.
Top Gs don't fuck around. But there should be an app where you can meet up for lonely hearts like you.
Like Tinder?
And, you know,
or Bumble? Or Hinge?
No, but you're saying, look, I'm going to Thailand. I'm looking for a holiday companion.
Like,
That's cool.
Say, I've gone through a divorce. I'm broken. I'm getting
That's the
anxiety.
Russian wife website, bro.
No, but you just want like 2 weeks and you go like, oh, I'm the same. And you can just sort of hang out and talk about like, that's when I knew she didn't love me anymore.
I can talk to anyone. And the rhubar's so easy. Like Thailand's so easy. There's fucking games everywhere. You just go sit next to someone and ask them to play Jenga. Yeah. And you start talking.
We should do that in Perth, but just go out with Jenga.
Jenga.
Just pull it out of your pocket. Mini Jenga.
Jenga is the best way to like, it's
drinking
like
Jenga.
Everyone's like, yes, I want to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, we just met at a bar randomly in Phuket, hooked up with a friend. And then...
You hooked up with a friend first?
Top G.
That's crazy.
This sounds like... Okay, I don't want to come across like, oh, yeah, I was a player. But, I hooked up with a friend, and that's how I met them.
Coming across as one, Cameron.
Yeah. And then when I went to Krabi, I was hanging out with mum and dad 2 days later. The girl
What a player.
Dude. Did you tell your parents you had met someone? Did your parents meet her? Did your parents meet her?
Yeah, my parents loved her.
Did they actually hang out?
Mum was like, yeah, he's such a nice boy, isn't he? And stuff.
Oh my God. Did you do a day? Did you do a day tour with your parents and her?
Fuck.
No.
Dude, but you're right.
I did do a day. I did like 5 day tours in a row with Lena, but it was so cool. Yeah. So I don't want to keep talking about it.
Did your mum and her go shopping independently when they went for a date?
Such a good boy.
Nina's bought me a dress. Did they go out?
No, we were just like, look, it was just good to hang out with like someone every day. You have someone to hang out with.
Someone to share an experience with.
Exactly.
Like an orgasm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, man, that is good. Hey, it makes the holiday.
So like when the other friends, they came over to Krabi, then I just randomly bumped into them in a bar and I was like, fuck, how good. And then the other German, they left as well. So it's just me and her, and then we just hung out for the last 4 or 5 days. And it was cool. It's just cool to hang out with
after, someone. Like, because
why don't you just hang out with your parents?
Yeah, man. Didn't you go there to see them?
I did. So like I hung out with them.
Dude,
but they've seen it all. They don't want to go. They don't want to go to all the islands and stuff. And so I'm going to go. I'm going back in February. Just I've seen most of it now. Now I can just go back and just go sit with. Yeah.
So sit with your parents and do the trip that you had promised them. Rather than going on like a rom-com adventure on tours, loving it. Yeah, man, did you try, how'd you leave it with them? Because when I was younger, you went on trips and then you'd be like, well, keep in touch, get emails. And then you do one email and it's like, I don't give a fuck about your engineering job and you're just out. So now I'm very honest. I'm like, dude, we had our fun. It's 2 weeks. Well, let's get realistic. And they go, do you want to exchange details? I'm like, no.
Just
Instagram. It's over, man. I'm like, maybe follow, but I'm like, realistically, I don't even talk to my brother. He lives in Perth. I'm not going to email someone in Kazakhstan.
So
see how your life's
Instagram,
going.
we've messaged every day, and like I've messaged.
Oh, you're messaging every day,
but like I've messaged the other people like I've met as well. Like you do
that for the week.
Yeah. But
as you are acclimatizing back into slavery,
I'm already going back. It's
the slaves are like loving that moment when they ran down the stream.
Back to the slavery again.
The dog chasing them.
Coming back into the routine feels so foreign.
Have you? How's the combo? Is it talking, reminiscing about the trip, or has someone tried to dop in like domestic stuff? Yeah, I had sort of Thai chicken tonight. Beautiful.
No.
It's the rice was a bit overdone. We had a beautiful rice, beautiful chicken.
She's still traveling, so she's still going through all there. She'll be.
Dude.
Yeah. She's going full moon party.
You know what I want? You know what I want?
I know what's happening. Like this was part of the discussion. She was like, That's traveling.
What I want, dude.
I'm traveling for.
I want you having your first beer at the airport and sucking a dick at moon at the full light party. Whatever the fuck.
Oh, Lena.
Lena.
Oh, Lena. No. Like that was the whole conversation. It's like you can't own anyone. You can't fall in love or you can't like get in a relationship on a trip because.
How about this for an idea?
She's going on like she lives in Germany. Frankfurt. So that's not going to work. I got a kid at home in Perth. That's not going to work. And then she's
Not
traveling for
feasible,
2 more
man.
weeks. She's going to full moon party. I don't know what happens at full moon party. I've been to 2.
Especially with a girl that moves so quickly, eh? Fast mover like that, like a greyhound out of the gates.
But
She'll be hooked
yeah,
up
no,
in a minute.
she was fun.
Luna.
She was fun.
Do you
It was just-
reckon? Who do you think strategized to hook up? Someone had to drive it. Do you think someone was like?
There was
who,
no-
was it just coincidental, or do you think she was?
I've
like,
already asked him this.
Do you think like she spotted you at the airport and go with you?
What is this airport coming
Well,
into
I'm saying
things?
no,
There's
but I'm saying
airport.
when you arrived into Bali.
He didn't go to
They went to
Thailand.
Thailand.
Oh, well, whatever,
He's
man.
on a boat. He's got it from island hopping on boat to boat.
Oh, and that's how you met her. No, but I'm saying, do you think that she had seen him before and planned it, or it was totally coincidental? That's what I mean.
He met her in a bar.
No, but I'm saying, do you think you met her in a bar, or do you think she saw you 3 days earlier in a market and hunted you down?
No, because I seen.
We could only dream of that kind of commitment.
Yeah.
No, but you know when you have that thing and like you meet someone and then you look at photo 3 days earlier, and you see them in the background.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's so crazy. I met you on the island. I'm like, dude, you're in the airport shot,
it was
staring at me.
It was my
Taking
first.
down my car rego.
It was my first day there. I walked down Bangla Road. You know where Bangla Road is?
Yeah.
It's just party street. And then I went to the first bar that I knew really well, which is of course, you go to the Roo Bar, and just sat down. And then there happened to be 3 Germans that there's only one seat available to sit at this little bar. So I sat at it. He was playing
Lena
Jenga.
had set that up.
So I started playing Jenga with the bloke, and then he introduced me to the 2 other girls that he was traveling with. And then that was it.
Sounds like the start of a good joke.
What happened to
3
the-
Germans and an Aussie.
Yeah,
Play Jenga in a
good.
bar.
What happened to the bloke? Was he dumped out?
Yeah, no, he left like.
Oh, well, that's good, dude.
Yeah. But,
That's a great
That's
thing
top
for
G. Top G.
That's so good, man.
Alpha male.
But yeah, it's just I don't want to turn it into more than it was. It was just hanging out. But like, well, I'm going to go. Visit.
Wolfie's going to turn it into more than it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
Of course,
What
he's
was
going to
it-
probe you like a
What was the
psychologist
most
for 15 more
moment
minutes.
you had?
Hey,
Did you go hiking with a like sort of picnic? That's what I want to know. Did you do like the volcano and you had like bread and cheese in a backpack? I just want to see this scene.
Okay,
Like
so
how
we-
what I'm saying is how
we went to a private
boyfriend,
island.
girlfriend, was it?
we went to a private. We hired our own boat, so we didn't even go on a tour. We hired our own boat, and we went and sat on an island. We read books.
Oh, that's such a relationship thing. Did you sing to her once?
Sing to
You
it.
know, like on a
I
guitar.
did. I did.
I knew he would have with the guitar.
No. On my last night,
Loving you
on my last night, I got really
is the
drunk.
only thing.
I got really drunk and went and sang with the band.
Oh,
Because
what-
Dad.
what
No,
song?
but
What song- what song
sorry.
did you
Oh, because
sing?
Dad was
No, yeah, no.
because Dad and Mum were
No,
there.
no, no. So mum and dad had gone home, and I'd said goodbye. I was hell emotional when I left.
What song did
when
you
mum and
sing?
dad left, actually. 'cause
Sex, but sex.
no. So my dad is like he would call himself a rock star in Krabby, but he's
Drummer.
Yeah, the crowd literally gets up on their feet and fucking gives him a standing ovation. He does really.
Oh,
well.
that's killer, dude.
And he
Because he's
sings and
white.
stuff like yeah, exactly. And he's very good. He's actually far more talented than like you'd expect. And he's anyway. So they call him Mr. Gary, and then my mum
Gary.
is Mrs.
Is that-
Gary.
Mrs. Gary.
Is that
Mr. and
after-
Mrs. Gary, Mr. Gary. So
Is that in acknowledgement of the famous Gary Glitter that you said earlier? Mr. Gary? We've had many Mr. Garys at a great Is that to honour?
no, so it's
The Gary experience out there?
Mr. Gary, and like every night we go to this reggae bar, and he'd get on the drums, he'd play 5 or 6 songs, sing some songs, and they'd always try and get me up. I'm like, no, I'm not Dad. Like
Yeah.
Dad's the singer. I can't sing.
Yeah.
I can play drums, but yeah, that's about it. And then I remember getting on the last night, Lena dobbed me in. Once Mum and Dad had gone home, Lena went up to the band and said, "Get Cameron up to
That little Gary.
Yeah, Gary.
And they said,
Mr. Gary
okay.
Jr.
It's like 2 a.m. I just smoked the fattest joint. I was so cooked. And then they've come up and go, okay, over the speaker. So they didn't even come and ask me. They were, okay, so now the son of Mr. Gary will
Mr.
sing a
Gary.
song. And I went,
Were they German Borats as well?
Oh my
it's just my general foreign accent.
Oh my god! And then
Those
what?
Thai guys sound exactly like Lena.
So, we smoke a bit of weed,
Oh,
we drink
mate.
a lot of drinks, we read a book.
Mr. Gary.
Anyway, Yeah, so they get me up, and
Son of God, little
I didn't know
Gary
what to
Jr..
sing, and I
Did
just
you have
said-
a shirt on?
No, the only song I thought I could sing. Yes, I was wearing a shirt.
Okay, good.
I wore a shirt everywhere except on the beach.
Dude,
okay, mate?
you live a king the trip,
Liver
mate.
kinged it, and then they got us up, and I didn't know what to sing. I said, "There's only one song I'll sing. It's Tenacious D tribute." And
That's a good choice.
yeah, because it's fun. It's easy. It's not to sing, and then they didn't know it.
This
So they go,
now it's
okay,
got
no,
something romantic.
yeah. So then they go, you sing "Sweet Home Alabama," and I was like, okay.
Did you Google lyrics?
No, I knew the lyrics. I know how to sing the song, but
Oh,
I can't sing. Have you ever heard me sing? I'm not good at singing.
No, I've heard you.
Out of
Don't
all
you
three
do
of
it on the
us.
guitar?
Sweet Home Alabama.
Oh my God.
That's how it would have sounded.
How was Lena reacting? Was she in tears?
She was in a puddle.
Was she in tears?
She was wet.
This is how I knew it
You
wasn't.
looked at it, looked like
no, this is how I knew it wasn't very good. So she
Like
came
a
up,
dog about to be
I
fed?
was looking at her. You could see
Okay.
she was so excited. She had her phone out. She's ready to film, and I start singing, and she's like, she's
dude.
got it out, and then she's like,
she put it away.
she pulls the phone down, and she's like, he's not so good.
Yeah. Did she actually pull it away? I'm banging this guy, and then slowly like. What happens when you came on stage?
Why did I make him? She's like, oh, you look nervous.
Oh, you're nervous up there.
I didn't look nervous. I can't fucking
Can't
sing.
sing. You should have. You had to pay her back and make her sing, eh?
Yeah,
Surely.
I don't know.
So did
but
you do like?
I didn't meet just her. Like there was,
sexually, you mean?
no, I met like a. So this was the whole cool thing about like meeting her. Like
Top
she
G.
understood the fact that you can meet other girls and guys and stuff. And I met this. There was one night where I was with my mum and dad as well, and it's so.
Like, worst son.
It's-
always sniffing out pussy. Doesn't even catch up with his dad. How's your back, Dad?
So
you're looking over the back,
with
trying
mum
to
and
find
dad.
drunk Germans the whole holiday. Where is he? I thought you just went for the toilet. Sorry, I got dancing at a karaoke bar. Hope Mum doesn't die. You didn't spend any time with her. Did you spend any time with her?
Yeah, so I'm
Okay.
with mum and dad all night, and I don't like. I feel like it's awkward going and talking to a random girl, but I'd been making a bit of eye contact with
Oh,
this
he's horning it
girl
up.
at the back of the.
Horning up. Tell me more about your
Tell me-
garden, Mum. He's got a big boner staring at some backpackers. What a grub. Tell me more. Is your back, are you going to have surgery, get stem cell? And he's just blah, 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 blah. And you've just got a big bar on staring across the bar.
Oh my god! So
That's
we're
a
just
rhubarb.
we're just like I see this really. She's a very attractive girl. Okay.
Did
At
you
the-
ever go home
at the
once
back.
with your parents?
No, I didn't stay with my parents.
Yeah, but I'm saying any night out, what do you reckon the maximum time you spent with your parents?
The whole night, every night.
Whole night.
And you would, at the end of the night, you would go off with Lena.
Well, hang on. He's telling you a story about a time he tried to
Okay,
pull.
okay, another pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
So I went. So I seen this. Fair enough. She was very attractive, like covered in tattoos and stuff, and like the stereotype of what you'd expect. Yeah. Anyway, I walked up to her at the very end of the night. I'd been looking over at her, and she'd been smiling back, but I'd been really boisterous and rambunctious. I'd been playing fucking Jenga and being loud like a fucking standard Aussie.
Top
and I
tier.
didn't know whether she'd been smiling because we were being silly and stuff like that. Just as a bar was getting close to close, I walked over and I'm so sorry I haven't said anything. I feel weird, feel creepy, like looking over. And she's like, "No, it's cute." Like she was a British
You
girl.
pay. Oh,
Yeah,
It's cute.
she was like, "Here's my Instagram, or we can catch up tomorrow." So I was like, "Cool."
Oh,
okay.
so wait, had you had interaction?
No,
That was
we
your
just
first
been-
intro.
yeah, we've just been smiling
so
a bit.
You had just said, "I'm sorry, I haven't chatted to you."
I said, "I'm sorry, I
Like
haven't chatted. I've been with my parents. I
I
feel
know
a bit
I'm the
awkward."
hottest guy in the bar. I'm sorry that I haven't
The only
bothered
guy
with
in the
you.
bar.
top G.
I know
Top
you.
G.
Look, there are a lot of girls looking at me. Like,
And,
I'm sorry I didn't get to chat.
So I just said, "I'm sorry. Like I've been with my parents. I
Been
feel
with
a-
my old
feel-
roommates.
Feel a bit awkward."
Where's
so,
Lena now? Did you send her home? Was
no,
Lena still
This
around?
was the whole idea of like not like being
Was this
plutonic.
pre-Lena, or
No,
was-
Lena's there, but this is the whole idea of being plutonic while we're.
Whoa! So you went for a pickup in front of Lena?
I'm telling you, we were plutonic with me and Lena.
He was a Lena and over
Dude,
a
that's-
different girl.
There was a
what
plan.
so
We-
where's Lena? She's
we had
standing
a-
at the bar looking at you.
We had a
over.
plan, okay?
Okay,
We
good.
had a plan because we
I'm just
understood
trying to work
that if-
out the dynamics.
Look, okay, without being too vulgar, me and Lena said if we have sex right now, like early in the trip, it's not gonna like it'll be awkward and weird.
Yeah.
So just don't like if you meet someone else, you meet someone else. Like it's gonna be weird. So anyway,
Or it could have banged every night if you didn't find anyone else.
okay. But then you go to an island the next day to you two,
And then
you go
bang on an
adventure-
island.
Okay, yes, yes.
Read a book.
Okay, read a fucking book.
Oh,
So-
dude, that's a crazy strategy.
So, but anyway.
So you effectively agreed with her, look, I'm happy to settle with you, but if there's an upgrade on the holiday, we're not going to fuck up, right? If I get an opportunity to upgrade my room,
decision to do that,
but she's effectively saying, look, you're going to do for now. And if someone upgrades my room with a better man, I'm not fucking up my 2-week trip in Thailand with a grub like you.
Okay, I feel like I'm devaluing it, but anyway, yes. We would just... Okay, anyway. So I got this girl.
Let's give him 30 seconds.
Yeah, get her number, go get her Instagram, and then go... And she's like awesome. I don't want to devalue this girl, but she's got like 15,000 followers, and I'm like, who the fuck is this girl?
She's famous.
Linktree, and I go on there, and she's got OnlyFans, and she
you signed up.
she destigmatizes sex and teaches people how to have better sex and
how does she teach them?
Like tips.
One-on-ones, man.
She's awesome, man. Like, she's sick. We'll get her on the podcast. Like she does podcasts.
Oh, she live in Perth?
No.
I need to learn.
So she teaches. Yeah. So this is now you teach people.
Wolfie's interested now.
Dude, what a pivot! What a branding pivot! Yeah. Rather than be a sex worker, you're teaching people.
But I didn't catch up with her. I was already trying to meet her because I thought she looked interesting.
Yeah, man. I've gone too far. I'm not being sentimental enough.
Yeah. And I said to her the next day, I was like, I'm not going to pretend I didn't come up to you because I didn't find you attractive. I'm not. You clearly know that. Like, I found you attractive. That's why I came and talked to you. You don't just randomly walk up to someone and go, hey, we vibe without conversation.
Where's this combo happening?
This is when I went and visited her. My dad...
On the OnlyFans inbox.
Did you tell your parents you're going off to get breakfast?
No, she said, come see me at my resort. I'm staying here, which is like 20 fucking kilometres away. And I was like, fuck, that's a long way. So my dad dropped me on his scooter.
Dad.
I'm like on the back of it. I'm on the back of it.
We'll play golf tomorrow, Dad. Sorry.
Yeah. So Dad's like... Dad dropped me off at this resort fucking a long way away and went there. This resort's so good. What
OnlyFans is good.
Oh my God. I was like, where the fuck was this place? This is like infinity pools and stuff.
That's
good.
And I was like, where were you staying? Backpacker?
I was staying in a nice joint, but just this was like private. Like you.
Can I ask one question?
I couldn't even get into the resort. I had to sneak in.
How many of your parents? How many events did you miss with your parents?
No, I went to everything. Everything agreed. Everything, okay. I went to. So anyway.
So there wasn't a day where you just didn't come back for 2 days.
So sitting by the pool with her, just chatting, like really getting along. And she'd been traveling the world for 3 years. Just
how good's
all through COVID as well. Like, just didn't follow the rules.
Someone like Sheep, Ryan Coleman, he's been traveling the whole time.
Yeah, she reckons she just rock up at an airport and they go, oh, okay, well. Yep, we've got to let you in.
That's crazy.
Like, you just
because she fucking was blackmailing the air host.
Yeah. Oh, so that's good. So you had
and then we just went hired a kayak, went to a random island.
And where's Lena now?
That's what I was just thinking.
Where's Lena?
Did
you tell Lena? Oh, I've got a bit of migraine. Got to catch up with the folks a bit now.
She went to a beach.
Put it this way. So you had a green net, but how would you have felt? Like you're on the scooter going to the kayaking. If you had scooted past Lena. Do you feel good or you try to duck down?
A wave?
Like you wave and go like, yeah, woo, upgrade. Or are you like sort of looking the other way, acting like you're on your phone? That she doesn't see you. With a backpack, with another picnic, bread rolls, a French baguette, and some olives.
He loves this picnic idea of
I just love the fact
we're going hiking with a picnic. I think we found Wolfie's secret.
She sees you on a moped with her picnic basket going somewhere else.
They basically had an open relationship.
Yeah.
But
without fucking in the first few days.
Yeah. But I was just wondering, because when people talk about how you're going to be open, you can still feel it. Do you know what I mean? If you see them, that's when it really gets tested. Do you know, when you're with someone else on the scooter? And she's sort of like wrapped around, you can feel her.
But so we just went to this island, we went for a little kayak. Kayaking's hard, hey?
Fucking oath.
Holy shit. And my back, because you got to sit with your legs straight. Yeah. Holy shit.
So what were you, Jewel? She's probably not doing anything.
Yeah, she was.
Was she paddling?
Yeah, she was paddling. She was cool.
It's the worst for your back, man. Worst position, stress position.
Yeah, but we would paddle out to this
random... I'm surprised she was paddling to an island. Those OnlyFans people are hard workers. Anyway, go.
Went for a little explore around the island, which was lovely, and then we...
Then had a picnic.
Did you have a picnic?
No. And then we went back, hung out with her for a bit more, had a couple of drinks.
Did you sing to her?
No. And then I came home.
Okay.
And what did you call a vagina? Home.
Yeah. And then this is the question. So then, when you caught up with Lena,
Yeah.
did you talk about the day that you'd had before, the kayaking, the English, or did you just conveniently ignore that whole day?
No, I said the kayaking.
But you left
and
her out.
I went and had a look at a beach. And
Yeah, because you have to be respectful. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean? It
didn't wanna,
actually
like-
is, even if you've got that open thing, like you can't say,
Yeah.
dude, she's got
Yeah,
15,000
it sucks.
followers.
Yeah.
She teaches people sex.
Yeah.
Do you know? You'll see improvement in
Yeah,
my
but
sex
like-
immediately. My stroke play has improved drastically.
Yeah.
But anyway, she was she was an awesome chick as well.
Dude, you were tearing it up out there.
No.
That's big numbers. Head count.
That's two. No.
Two's
That's,
huge for me.
No, that's not.
You're on a tear, dude. You hit a golden streak.
It's on a hat trick.
Yeah,
No.
You're on a hat trick.
That's a brace in the World
I'm on a
Cup.
hat trick of plutonic.
Okay,
Yeah.
but
Platonic.
Platonic. I don't think if you fuck them, you can call it platonic. Eh? Do you think? Do you think
No,
once you've had sex, you can say we're in a platonic relationship? Is that what you say at work? No, it was platonic.
We made love.
You fucked her on a
made love.
photocopy. It can't be platonic at this point. You can't be platonic if you've had sex.
I had a
can you?
picnic. Yeah, but he didn't sex with Lena until the very end of the trip.
Oh, wait, so
That-
you had been building it up with Lena?
No,
Yeah.
yeah, but like.
Were you not listening?
No, I wasn't
I told
really
you, me and Lena were platonic.
Wolfie's explanation. No, I wasn't really listening.
Dude, my mania is very bad at the moment. I got to chill out.
Anyway, so yeah, we met. But like, it was good. It was meeting other people. We hired a day. Me and Lena, then a couple of days later, probably my favourite day actually. We went to this cave and it pissed down with rain. And then we went to a little reggae bar, got stoned, and just
Had a picnic.
Yeah, picnic.
It's the Wolfie dream.
We played games, like
Yeah, I love games.
Yeah, so we were playing Jenga and playing Connect 4, but I started getting a bit bored of that. And then
Played hide the sausage.
Yeah. You played hide and seek.
All the local ties were playing hide the sausage. It was their own.
No.
Let's play a game, hide and seek. And she finds you an hour later at a karaoke bar.
With the chick from the kayak.
Sing the kayak chick. And goes, you found me. What a game, eh? Who would have known I would go on a scooter for an hour and a half away from where you were? What a game of hide and seek. I never would have thought you'd find me in room 633. Well done, you got me.
She stuck past security.
I don't know. How'd you get even into the hotel? She let me in with the key. I don't know. You found me. Yeah, anyway, so who was the worst person you met on the trip?
Wait. So he's had a beautiful day. This is his highlight. This is the picnic story you wanted.
Okay, this is it.
This
So
is
beautiful
romantic.
day.
The scene is set.
have
It's drizzling. There's rain.
No, so it's
they're in a
perfect
cave.
day, and then this storm just comes. We have we just like fuck it. Who cares?
You laid out the
No, we're just
olives
like
and stuff.
we're wet already.
Just include a picnic for Wolfie. Just
we
say
just had a
just say
picnic.
you had a
Did you
picnic.
lay out the pate?
We had a picnic on the beach. It was so nice.
There we go.
were reading books.
Did you have like those bread dip sticks? Did you have the sticks that you dip?
No, it's a random
Pates.
island.
Okay, pate.
And then we're having this. We're walking back to like where the like civilization-ish area of the island is, where they've got a few little random bars and stuff. It starts pissing with rain. It's nice, so we just jump into a bar. We smoke a bit of weed, and then we start playing a game.
Yep.
And hide and seek. So we start. I love these
Yeah.
games. Pick the traveller. Or like what?
Yeah,
what-
yeah, yeah.
like,
Oh,
so we're
yeah,
like,
yeah. Pick what country they're from.
No,
Yeah,
no,
I love
no. Well,
that.
no, not even that. Are they
You
a
describe
tourist?
someone, yeah.
Are they a tourist? Are they a family
Oh, I
vacation?
love that game.
Are they a backpacker?
Yeah.
Like, and I was like,
Are they a lady?
I
Are
went
they a
through
boy?
about, I went about like 10, 15. I was like, yeah, that one's they're on a family vacation. Look, mother, daughter. Oh, that one's
Do you check to see if you're right?
no. We're just like
you have
making
to.
Oh, you got to go and check in.
just made assumptions.
That's
And
what
it-
people
but-
were doing with you, with your parents.
Yeah, but it was funny.
Is that a
'cause-
full-grown
Dude, have
man
you
with
done
his
that
mum
game
and
where
dad
you-
in a bar?
And I said,
Have
I
you played
see-
that game where you go like describe their dick? It's one of the greatest. Everyone that walks past, you describe in detail what their dick
And in
would look like.
Thailand, that's both sexes.
Dude, it makes you laugh so hard, eh? Try doing it when you're out.
We'll try it at Christmas at Hard Yards Christmas party.
Yeah.
See how
Hang on,
good
so
it
you're
is.
playing your
Yeah.
game.
We're playing our game, and I'm picking it, and I'm going to go, okay, I see, like, they're a backpacker. This one's just...
I see an opportunity.
Yeah.
This story has been 15 minutes because we keep interjecting.
This is a 30-second,
were
like,
you-
it was a beautiful day when we played a game,
Dude,
bang, it was awesome.
were
That
you-
was it. That's all the story
Were you having
is.
protected sex while you were out?
Did someone just throw up in their mouth?
That was us, Wolfie.
Were you using condoms? That's what I
He hadn't had sex until then.
Yeah, I know, but I want to know, were you being safe on this holiday?
Why are you playing describe his dick?
Were you being safe?
Covered in a
I
condom.
had condoms.
How many condoms did you have? How many did you buy? And how many did you leave with? Did you buy like... I always like to know because some people are coming.
Why do you always like
Some
to
people
know?
go with 20, other people like take 400, or people are like
I don't know.
You know, like people
I just
update.
reuse them.
But other people don't trust the country, so they bring in import.
Yeah, I brought my own there, and I don't know how many I left with.
Yeah.
So whatever. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to cheapen everything.
Regardless, that's not what I went there for. I went to relax, and then so we're the weeds kicking in this game like hard.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like get a little bit.
You're getting
giggly.
horny
and then
again.
I go, all right, your turn. And this old guy walks past, and she goes, I see
I see your future.
a grandfather. Oh,
That was it.
that was it. I was like, is it a backpacker or is it a... I see your grandfather.
Dude,
and
these
I
Germans-
lost my
so
shit. I lost my shit, but she was stoned as well. He started laughing, and then the Thai guy who was serving us,
It's quite funny.
he must see it. He's like, oh no, you'll start crying. You'll cry. And I was fucking tears crying. Like,
It is
giggling.
quite funny to go. I see a ghost. I see a grandfather.
But then
to
the-
him as he walks past. He doesn't have context of the game, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't hear it.
No.
But Germans are so literal. Was she doing that the whole time?
No.
Fat woman,
Yeah.
child, grandpa,
And then
dog.
we finished that, and then the rains just disappear, and it's just beautiful. Like we
Rainbow?
get down to the beach. There's fucking longtail boats on this beautiful beach, mountains everywhere,
Rainbow?
nice sunset, and then we'd like go home.
No rainbow.
No rainbow.
Okay, go.
Nice little longtail ride home to Ao, which is 10 minutes, and then. It was like the perfect day, and then we went back to the reggae bar, hung out with my mum and dad all night, drank so much, had a fucking awesome night. No sex, no nothing, just went home.
What were your
perfect night.
parting words to her? Like that was like to the English girl. Was it this the German or the English one?
This is German girl.
So the German. And what was your parting like?
That night.
Au revoir. I'll see you tomorrow, my princess, my sweet princess.
He wants it to be romantic, but he doesn't.
This could have been the quickest 20-second little meet.
Yeah.
Like it was a great day.
But what was
we went there. It was great. Awesome.
He's
turning
Wolfie's
into one
like a
bigger than it
3-year-old, but why?
I'm just trying to
How
say
come?
it was a nice day.
How many condoms? What did she say? What did she say? Did you play this game?
No, but I'm like to think of your parting words. Like
So my party.
I never knew, I'd lost sight of the shore for so long.
I'll tell you what.
And then
so,
I found you, Lena.
So on
You
our
complete
Lena
me.
is anal backwards
You
as well.
complete me.
Hello.
on our last night, we both so she can't sleep. She'll wake up. She won't wake up for a taxi at 3 a.m. and I've got mine at fucking 5:30 a.m. So we decided to just drink through, and we didn't even get a proper goodbye. Like it was fucked.
Oh,
It was
really?
actually-
What,
because
you
we
didn't
met this
come?
Scottish couple, and they were fucking awesome. We were with them all night, and then we were like, okay, I'll walk you to your hotel or to a tuk-tuk so you can go to your hotel, and we can say goodbye. And then they decide to come, and then they're like, well, let's go to Macca's. And I'm like, Macca's is closed. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to Macca's. And then tuk-tuk just goes past, and there's not many left. It's
And she
fucking
just
3 in
jumps on the
morning.
back.
And she's like, oh, I've got to go. There's tuk-tuk. So jump on, and
She just took off.
no, like tried to hug, but it was a bit awkward because there's like this Scottish couple literally just standing there just going, like just watching us.
Did you text her after she'd left? and
Yeah,
said,
yeah.
I
I was
felt
like-
so bad we didn't get to have that moment.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did.
We've all been there.
Everyone does it.
I said, I'm so sorry we didn't get a proper goodbye. And she's like, we will see you again.
It's better that way.
We were
I
sick.
deliberately
Not after
avoid
she
those goodbyes.
listens to this podcast. We will never see her again. I can't wait. This is released. An hour later, you're blocked.
I always do that whenever I know I'm not going to see someone for a long time.
Yeah.
I just leave without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Like, or if I know it's the last time, I just don't acknowledge it. I
Oh,
just go,
yeah.
I'll catch you in a bit,
Oh,
and then fuck off.
do you know how hard it was?
That's crazy.
I smoke bomb along
almost
the way.
like terminal. I'll see you tomorrow, Dad.
It was, we'll
Play
mate,
soccer again, Dad.
do you know how hard it was?
My dad's not dying, but
Beep, beep. See you in the morning for breakfast.
Do you know how hard it was to say gogoodbye to my parents the same night?
Yeah.
Like only a couple
Yeah, well,
hours
you've barely
before.
seen them, dude. You fucking feel guilty. You're up there fucking on every beach in Thailand. You rocked in and said, "Hey,
I want to say that there was
No fucking. Yeah, there was like one fuck.
No, it was,
of course you're upset when you see them. You go and get your passport and go, I barely asked how you doing. Yeah, hey.
Anyway, yeah. So we didn't get that. So I said, like, saying goodbye to my mum and dad. I went outside to say goodbye. I gave them a hug. It was fucking emotional. I didn't cry or anything like that. But my dad was like, "We'll miss you."
Yeah.
Like, and I could see he was getting all emotional.
Dude, it is a lot because when
like
we
you live
see
in a
them
different
again,
country, you know.
You're going to go back.
I'll miss you, Gary.
Yeah, I said,
Gary.
Mr. Gary. I love that. He's just so 1,000 baht is like what? $50, maybe not even that, like $40. Like he gave me a hug and he like slipped it in my hand like it was a like it was a secret. He gave me 1,000 baht.
Oh, really? That's
I was
so
like,
funny.
Oh, thanks. Cheers. Like, I appreciate it. 1,000 baht fucking pays for me drinks for the night.
Hand job at the airport.
Literal.
But and then they just they were drunk as well. So it's like that. But
Where they're actually living? Are they like in suburban version of Thailand?
No, they're in Ao Nang.
Where it's like Ramsey
all,
Street?
All the videos.
What is it called?
All the photos and videos.
Ao Nang?
Ao Nang, yeah.
But it's interesting because
Incredible.
do they have like a suburban feel, like where it's like Ramsey Street, or is it all hot?
Nah,
Because
they're
everywhere
very-
I see in like Indonesia, Thailand, it's all holiday vibes or
Two
locals.
completely different countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? They're very similar.
So-
Just a shorter flight.
Because
No,
they're
just-
Asian.
No, but Bali and Thailand are comparable.
Yeah.
In like get pissed,
So
cruise around.
Ao Nang was just like, and Ao Nang pisses on Phuket.
Phuket's
Anyone's been
a
to
hole, man.
Phuket. Like Phuket
Phuket's
is,
poo.
yeah, it's just you go there like
old men
it's
that wanna
party.
fuck.
No, not Patong. Maybe in Coron or something like that. But Patong is just party. It's just party.
Yeah, dude, that's
It's
all
just
I
like
want now.
you walk down that Bangla Road and it's
All I
it's
want is
fun
a
for
pool.
day.
I saw no talent in Bangla Road both times I went to Thailand.
it's-
I don't really
it's
go out.
everywhere.
All I
PP
want.
Island was dope.
What's the PPI went there?
I
but
got
it
in the
was,
ring and
flooding.
fucking
Did you
had a
actually
fuck.
do that ring? I know it all.
That's
man.
where I got knocked down.
Yeah,
that,
right.
that ring.
You go up that laneway on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went there. If it's flooding season, it's off. Like
No,
it's
do you know if
just
it's
running
flood-
down there?
If
Like
it's
the
flooding,
time
you
you went.
just slide along the road on your stomach.
Yeah,
No,
the
but I was
videos,
there.
You guys
yeah.
done
I
that.
was there and it rained like torrential for 3 days, and it gets a lot. Do you know when it doesn't break?
Yeah.
and it's torrential rain.
Yeah.
And then you
First 2
eventually.
days.
Fuck,
Phuket.
you'd be a pest in Thailand.
Well, dude,
bro.
I had to upgrade our hotel just so could lie and watch movies. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't be in this fucking.
You would be.
You should
I
come
could
with me
see
next
you.
time.
You'd be the biggest pest. You'd be.
Oh, dude, of
you'd
course.
be doing the
Come with me
accent
next time.
You'd do the accent to them.
No, I don't do accents.
You
What
definitely
the hell?
would.
You're definitely deleting that Patreon. Can you delete that? I don't do shit, dude. I'm not racist.
What you wouldn't do, Mr. Gary, Mr. Gary.
Nah, I wouldn't. I'm respectful, dude.
No. You should come next time. It's $450 return.
That's insane.
I would wreck your shit though, dude.
Yeah, but we.
If I'm on your trip, there's no Lena, no English
There's
backpacker.
no
That's
pussy.
fine.
There's no girls.
I don't
Wolfie
care.
is a deterrent.
I love it.
He thinks he's a wingman, but he is.
No, I want fun,
yeah,
man.
well,
I'm not looking
he's
to
a-
like.
Well, you've seen me drunk.
Yeah, you two together are fine.
Yeah,
so-
but man, I'm not looking to like whatever. Like, I just want to have fun.
But
Yeah,
I
but
can't
sometimes
be
it is
wasting my
fun
time.
to have chicks.
Well, man, it's only because I put on weight. I've got good game.
But I said
I used to when I was younger.
So-
What's this?
that she called me the whole time. She verrückt, which is like German, or I don't know if I pronounce it. Verrückt. She's like, you're verrückt, which is crazy.
Oh, yeah,
You're
right.
crazy. You're crazy. You're kind.
Dude,
You're
that's what I
nice,
find
but you're
funny.
crazy.
That's what I
'Cause
find
when
funny.
I drink, I fucking
Yeah.
like I'm fucking silly.
Do you not find it funny though? Because of the cultural barrier, like you can have like an Australian guy that's weird, but then if they meet a German, they think, oh, that's just their culture. They think it's an Australian thing, and you're like, nah.
No,
he
he's
lives
just
in
cool.
Australia, and he's weird here as well. And they're like, it must be an Australian thing to be all creepy and say this stuff. And I'm like, nah, dude. They're like, everyone at his high school doesn't like him either. But I'm saying you get a lot of credit because you're Australian.
Yeah.
And you'll say something like in LA, and they'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
it must just be an Australian
Well, it's
thing.
like-
And I'm like, nah, if I said that at my local, I would have got bashed as well.
Well, it's like
That's
meeting an
fucked up.
African American dude traveling,
Yep.
who people think immediately, oh, he's cool, but he's a fucking loser.
Dude, that's what
because like you're like, oh, like in the movies you see these cool gangsters and you meet them and they're fucking losers, man.
Dude,
You're
that's what
you
happens
just
a
get
lot
a free
in LA.
pass to start.
Because of all the rap videos, you'd see people and they know, like they dress like they're in hip hop stuff, but then you'd look harder and you're like, this guy got bullied in high school. And he's like, watch out, man. I'm like, fuck you, you fucking bitch. You fucking little bitch. I can see you're Steve Urkel, fuckhead. Steve Urkel dressed as a rapper.
Yeah.
I'm going to fucking bash you.
Yeah, it's funny, man.
Dude, I love the thought, though. There are not that many Aussies there.
How did you go in LA? Did you meet
I was going to
Alina?
say. So
Dude, there's not the Aussie vibe where you're like, we were laughing, like imagining like Lebanese boys on a trip.
Like
in
Lebanese
Hollywood going,
Aussies? Like, you're fucking fully
where
sick
the
of
fuck are the pussy here? Yeah, the gang. They'd be so intimidating going, we came here. Can we, like, I can't do the accent.
Don't you fuck some puss, bro?
No, I was imagining, like,
what are you trying to do? South African?
I was trying to do Lebanese,
Habib.
but it became like...
Where's all the
it
fucking
became,
pussy, Habib?
Where are they?
Where are they? Where's the
We're here
fucking
to
chicks?
party.
Yeah. Where's the
Where
chicks,
the
mate?
fuck are your girls, man? That's South African.
Can you please try to do that again? I want to hear you do
This is your Lebanese.
Wait, give me it.
Fully sick subwoofer, brother.
Fully. Nah, keep going into South African.
Go.
Fucking. No,
Where's the puss? Let me in
Where's
the
the
fucking
puss,
club.
man?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. South African's not
Habibi.
that far
He's
off
going
Lebanese.
South African. He's
Come
going
on,
off for cons.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We're
But
going to fucking...
anyway, I'm moving to
Yeah.
Germany and I'm in love.
Are you going to go to
Did
Germany?
you find Alina?
I am going to
Where
Germany.
in Germany
but
is she
that's
from? Munich?
Frankfurt, but that's it. I don't want to talk about her anymore.
Frankfurt's
She's nice.
good.
Let's talk about LA.
Yeah, how did you find Alina over there?
Nah, man, I had nothing. I just cruised around.
Yeah.
But LA, like, it's overhyped, hey?
Buddha reckons it's a hole.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so grubby.
Yeah.
And
Tell us about how you threw up.
what?
When
Where
you-
did you hear this
Well,
story?
actually, no.
You told me.
Buddha said he likes it, but
It's only for networking.
who else was it? Was saying it's a fucking absolute hole. Like,
I hate it. Maybe. I hated it
Yeah,
last
you.
time when I went.
Yeah.
I-
It's really sad, man, because it's just like the word, because it looks like TV and then you realize, do you know what I mean? How vacuous and shit. Do you know, because this is what you've seen in your life, growing up in movies, the Hollywood Hills, everything's like, do you know, this is Beverly Hills 90210, it's
Yeah.
all this. And it's just
Homeless.
dirty. And do you know what I mean? So this is the promised land. Do you know where in your head you're in an Adam Sandler movie, and then you look and it's sort of grimy and tacky, and do you know what I mean? It's like if you met
shit or something. There's a whole.
it's
street
sort of
of
this
shit.
vibe, like what you would have had on your backpack. Like you meet a stunner,
Yep.
and in your head you've built them up, and then
Yeah.
the club opens and it's 5 a.m. That's the vibe of being in LA.
Yeah.
Do you know when you both walk out of the club and the lights are normal,
And you're
and
like,
you
oh,
look
just
in the
like-
mirror and your eyes are all red and your
Yeah.
hair, you got foam on the thing.
Yeah,
That's the reality. It's a big like hangover hookup. You know, where you're like, oh, you look at the sign like. Laugh Factory, the blue sign's got like fucking smeared stain. It's not that nice looking. It looks like a ski lodge
Yeah.
they haven't upgraded for 20 years. And you're like, this is where Kramer did it.
Yeah.
And it just seemed really depressing, dude.
Yeah.
It's sort of like when I went to The Price is Right on set.
When did you do that?
I went to The Price is Right and you went on set and it was just like, it's in this big, like big warehouse.
Yeah.
And even the doors that opened that you thought like, come on down. It's like two people behind pushing them.
Yeah.
Do you know, peering behind the curtain?
Yeah.
Is sort of jarring.
Did you do the same thing that you did in the crowd where you're like, yes, you're not the father? Did you do the opposite reaction?
Oh, no. Price is Right.
you go, girl.
Or you
It's
try to
such-
get it?
Man, it's just so fake on those shows. But I was saying that's America, right? Because you're just driving along and everyone's sort of like
Homeless.
Instagramming photos, on that pink wall.
Yeah.
And there's so many homeless.
Yeah.
The gap, it's a lot like India.
So you told me.
Yeah.
The gap between the rich and poor. They say there's the Hollywood Hills that are nice, and
Yeah.
then the rest is fucking bleak.
Well,
Yeah.
you messaged me saying you just walked down a street and threw up because you walked
Oh,
into a
dude,
street
because
of shit.
I was
Human
on
shit.
I was on foot, and the homeless, like I was saying, like you didn't even need shoes. Like the floor's lava, you could just stand on sleeping bags the whole way. You could just walk, but you would get. Because everyone's in Ubers and shit, I didn't have that much cash, so I was walking everywhere. So you know what I mean? Like there's bits where you have to go onto the main road to get past tents.
Yeah.
Because they've set up wiring and stuff. But then the worst one was at like where I went everywhere on public transport. So I went to like Union Station and then the full, what's it called? The fucking slum
Skid Row?
Skid Row. Walking around there. It's not, you don't feel that safe, hey? There's some fucking people.
Are they all
scoping
zombies
you
or
out.
are they like...
Lot of zombies, dude. A lot of people like where they're just sort of like walking past.
Yeah.
And then people just lying on the ground that you just step over and you
You
can
say
see them,
zombies.
like, going,
You say zombies a lot. What do you mean by zombies?
Like
Walking
they're all
Dead.
cracked out and just
like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Making sounds. And it's a bit like Walking
Some of
Dead.
them are just like, literally just like in a catatonic state.
Yeah.
Dude, and then you have someone walk past you and you think, oh, maybe he's going to yell at me, and he's just like in another dimension, just past you.
Silent Hill.
Dude, yeah, because I had that.
Yeah.
Oh, you set me up for my story, like the story. Yeah, now it's been built up. I'll put it in later.
No, go.
No, because what happened is I went in and then I found like a full homeless nest, like where there were tons.
You're like the crocodile hunter,
dude. I found a nest.
We've got a nest.
I went in there to get some of their eggs, collect eggs. I was in there. Hold still.
Oh, this one's a biter.
Distract this one, and I can get 5 of their eggs. And put them into better living conditions. We'll hatch them.
Lord.
We'll hatch them in a thing and put them into proper housing.
Gonna bring this to Hollywood Hills.
No, but dude, because when you think about it, like where do they shit? Like they have a little area. So do you know, like when you're camping?
Surely there's public toilets.
No. So like I found, like I went round the corner. I was like, fuck, no tents, thank God. And then I realized that's where they're all taking shits. Oh. And it was like Vietnam with all the, like the tripwire. What were those things called?
Yeah,
landmines.
Landmines. And then I was like, oh my God. And when you smell a human shit, you know it's a human shit because it's bigger. And suddenly once it hit, I was like, oh. Yeah. You know, when you're like, and they were everywhere. And I almost like needed a GPS to get out of it. Like there were shits everywhere. And then I was like, and then just threw up. But there must have been like,
what have you slipped over?
There must have been maybe like 80 shits.
Oh.
And I'd sort of been walking confidently. And then you're like, oh my God, I fucking stood in some of the fucking, fuck homeless. You fucking dog. I had my fucking Bose shoes. I'm like, there was a bit of fucking, my shoes don't look the same, dude. Like they fucking, do you know when you, but I got some bad moments as well with homeless people. Like there was one, I walked down to 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
And I was trying to get food. And then this guy, like, you know when they pop up, right? Hey, mate, you got the time? And I'm like, what the, no. No. I was like, but I think because I look fat, but I'm taller than I think. So they don't fully go. But then so he got a bit jarred because I was nah, and then he fucking
you homeless him back.
Dude, he sort of I go fuck off, like get it the fuck out of my face, cunt. Don't stand that close to me. But then I
jeez, those Aussies are friendly.
I got my chips because I had no money, dude. I'm living on Ruffles and Coke from 7-Eleven. But then I walked and I was like, dude, this fucker, he was following me. He was fucking following me, and I thought, bring it, man. Like, I want to fucking release some tension. I ain't a fucking Clockwork Orange this cunt in the back of an alley. I'll fucking kick his head in and leave him dead. This guy, I don't know what you're talking about, eh?
So what did he do?
Anyway,
he followed you.
So he followed me, and I lost track because I was like it's about 2 Ks away, so I just forgot about him. And then I went into my hotel because they hadn't checked me in, and I was like on my laptop, and I looked up. He was in the fucking foyer. He was in the foyer in the lobby, and I was like, what the fuck is going on, dude? And he goes, nah, man, I wasn't following you. Like, I think because I stood up and I was like, fuck, man, I was so shocked. It was sort of like, when your brother would jump out in the cupboard. I was like, what the fuck? What? Because I got into the lobby and I was finally feeling comfortable with aircon. And then I looked up and he was standing right there. And then
what was he doing in the lobby?
He followed me, dude. And then
but
I was
said
like,
I wasn't following.
And then I was only joking about beating them up. I was like, well, dude, I'm fucking leaving here. So I grabbed my bag to walk out, and he goes, you don't have to leave. I'll leave. Because I think he knew he was going to get in trouble, and then he just walked off. But I don't know what the fuck he was doing. He's just a crazy guy.
He just wanted the time.
I think it was because
you're the timekeeper.
I don't know what he wanted. If he wanted like a fight. Because I diffused it. Like I obviously yelled again, and then I was like, dude, you can stay in here. I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
So
and then he was like, no, well, I'll leave. But I don't know if he wanted.
But did you have a picnic?
We had no picnic, dude. Dude, but I was staying in some bad hostels. Hey, hostels are different.
Hostels?
Yeah.
Because you'll go in and you got your key and you'll see a dodgy guy. Yeah, and you're like, thank fuck, I've got my key card. Click it, boom, to go in. And then you see him getting his key card. He's staying at the same place. You're like, what the fuck? Because they panhandle all day. And I'm like, oh, that guy that I saw in a tent is in my fucking bunk room. But I ended up getting a private room.
Yeah.
And one of the nights was the worst, man. 3 a.m. I heard like the door rattle, like the ghost experience. And then I saw.
Like ghost or crackhead?
Well, I thought, it's like feels like a ghost. And I could see the shadow of the feet. And it was like. And then they walked up and then walked again and clicked. And then I came in and go, what? Like looked out and I saw like a guy sort of scurrying off. And then then I was like, fuck.
Wrong room? Maybe?
It might have been wrong room, man, but it was a second hit. And then I was like, man, I've just got to fucking spend more money. And like, I can't be in These things are too rough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like out the front, it's like tent
Was
city.
it clean or?
Dude, it's all they're always all right once you're in there, but it's like you're in sort of, you can feel when you're in grimy. Like there were a few moments where, like, you know, when you hear people on the street interact, like you're walking along and you hear one whistle to the other guy and then he whistles and then you just I just sprint.
Yeah.
Like I just ran.
Did you?
Because you can just tell.
Yeah, setting
if some
something up.
random guy's fucking talking to someone 500 meters away, I'm fucking,
Yeah.
I leg it.
He's coming.
Because that's what I do. When I go to like a new city, I try and run around everywhere. And I went for a run in Brooklyn, and I was running through Brooklyn and Queens. And I went for this run, and so all I heard was, "You don't know where you are, son!" And I was like, "Oh fuck!" And you feel like a bit.
Like,
and,
I don't. Can you help me?
yeah, please tell me. And then the same in San Fran, same sort of thing.
But there's more like, you don't know where you are, fun.
Oh no, bro!
San
Fucking
Fran?
San Fran's fucked. Past a certain point, like there's a certain road, and we lived past it. Our hotel, I remember the next morning, so we're walking home from a thing from wherever.
From a date.
No, some lady came up to
picnic.
me and my mate Kev and said, "Can you walk home with me? Feel unsafe?" And it is really where we were walking down this street.
Dude, and you're like, no, man, we're each to themselves.
Yeah, in reality, she's trying to stitch you up.
Yeah. And then I remember we got home that night. I wake up the next morning. I go up to the gym, treadmill, start watching the news on the treadmill, and then there's a report, murder in San Fran. I was like, fucking hell, okay, no worries. Look at the thing, and I'm like, that looks so familiar. And I look behind, big window behind me, and you can see into the foyer.
Oh, dude, they're filming
you. It was
you.
in my foyer, and someone got murdered, and they were doing it live from my foyer, and I was watching it on the treadmill. Someone got stabbed
was it
in
the
the
lady?
foyer of no, but that would have.
That actually happens a lot because we were at a bar.
What, lady
and
stabbing?
they do the police chase and it's on TV.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, whoa, when he gets away. Do you know what I mean? You're all cheering, boo, when they get arrested.
Well,
boo.
we made a little bit of a rule then for us four blokes. We were like, okay, we all walked. None of us go home by ourselves from then. Like,
Yeah, man.
because our road we were just out of like the nice part of San
It's
Fran.
like the Lion King. We were in the Shadowlands.
But mate, you walk to one road too far, and you're in homeless city in San Fran.
It's like that in America.
Fucked.
Everywhere, like Atlantic City, if you go 2 streets back, you're in fucking big trouble. Do you know what I mean? And it was like that. I was walking on foot. But I was saying that police chase, that happened exactly what you did. Because we saw him, he dumped a car and pulled some chick out of another car.
Yeah.
And I recognised the street. It was right near where I'm like, dude, I'm fucking staying 2 streets. That's near where I get my coffee, man. I'm like, I just happened to not be at my hostel. Like, they're right near where I was.
Totally random question related to the States. Did you go to Cheesecake Factory?
Dude, that is the other thing you find. Americans overhype everything because they're like, the burgers, you got to try. I've listened for like, I didn't go there.
You know, the only reason I say not because the food was good. The food was fucking huge. So every time I ordered there,
so are Americans.
This is the thing. You fucking order your entree and it's twice the size of our normal fucking mains over here.
Dude, but they overhype stuff. They're like in and out. I've heard probably 20 hours of podcasts about their fucking burgers. And I'm like, that one in North, you know, that one
Grilled.
fucking hood burger is probably better. Do you know, we just don't fucking feel the need to talk about it, going, greatest fucking burgers ever. And the same thing, it's like with the Comedy Store, they go, when you walk up there, you know, have you heard on the pod? You'll feel the magic. And I'm like, I felt nothing. So did it look like a fucking toilet block with black shit on the name? And I was like,
what was it like? So you got to perform at the store?
Man, I did like the open mics at those ones. I had Amos hooked up like gigs that were like proper lineups where you had like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And they were much better, man. Like the open mic ones are bleak, dude, because it's all comics and you may be at the store, but you're in the original room and it's just like the worst open mic. Do you know what I mean? Because no one's watching it.
Yeah.
And it's just everyone clamoring, trying to get on Judd Apatow's TV show. Yeah. And like no one laughs.
So how many comics?
Like they have like, everyone gets 3 minutes. They have 40, 45 on.
So you've got a crowd of comedians.
Yeah. But like the ones that ripped were like, the best one was Hermosi Beach, which was like proper paid show. And it was like 300-seater, awesome. And one of the best things, LA, you forget, is they're near the beach. Who the fuck? Why don't you go to the beach? As soon as I went to the beach, I'm like, this place rules.
Yeah.
It's all that inner shit. You don't want to, it's just like in Perth, you're up in the hills. Like, fucking get down to Cottesloe. Hermosa, I wish I'd just stayed there.
Yeah.
And those ones.
Is that where you stayed, or you stayed in Hollywood?
No, I stayed in Hollywood, but I regret it,
so far away, man.
And then those gigs went well, and they said, if you come back, you can get paid spots. It's like $150 US for a spot. Not much, but I'm like, it's pretty sick now that you can get paid gigs.
But to get a taxi from Hollywood down to the beach, it's cost me like $80 US.
Yeah. You know
so expensive.
You know what's good about the US is access to big stars, because like comics, you can get into any venue free, so you can just walk in.
What, like you can?
If you're a comic, like they don't test it. They don't even check it. You're like, I'm a comic. And like people were doing it. The second night I was in there was some Sydney open micer, like she's off houses or something, and she was yelling during the shows. We got our sleep, but she was like, I'm a comic. I'm like, I've never heard of this chick. You know what I mean? I'm like,
well, she's yelling.
No, she was yelling during shows. They're not even good. And I was like, can you shut the fuck up?
Sounds like you. Dude,
she was actually staying at my hostel, and like she goes, oh my God, I'm staying at the same hostel. We can we can hang out more often.
She can be your Lena.
And then I checked out. I had 2 nights to go, and I checked out early to go somewhere else rather than see her again. It was 8 a.m. and I'm like, I'm checking out. I'm riding off the last 2 nights of com here.
Did you have to wait a long time to get your open mic spot? Or did you have a showing because of Amos?
Well, Amos got me some good spots, and then the open mic. But generally, you just need to hang around there, dude. But the thing is the access, man. You'll do. I saw Apatow bombing, and then he's off stage.
Oh, he bombed?
Yeah, he's awful, dude. He's a comedy nerd.
Mic?
No, it was a proper show. Worst set, and then he, too many words, too much fucking around on his premises.
Stick to scripts.
I'm like, dude, tighten it up, bro. Because I was saying the joke. I did my standard. You crushed it, mate. You killed it up there. And he goes, I'm trying my best. And he said it to me. I burnt him. I was mocking him.
He's genuinely like the biggest comedy writer.
Yeah, so I'm hanging out with him. Yeah. And then like people are coming up, dude, you got to try the food here. It's amazing. I'm like, he's a fucking multi-millionaire. This is Taco Bell to him. You can't.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I said that in front of him.
What did he say?
I go, you know how rich this guy is? Oh, he's going to eat at a fucking comedy place. Are you off your head? Taco Bell here, dude.
Is he going to place you in a movie?
Nah, man, he wouldn't have liked me. I was drunk. I burnt a few comics as well, eh?
Like who?
Well, but I spoke to Tiffany Haddish, Leslie Jones.
Where were they at?
Just
Leslie Jones.
Around. Dude, Leslie Jones did the best thing you ever seen.
Really?
She was probably my favourite comic. She came on stage. She just rips into people in the crowd, like going, why are you with that man? Like, he's a loser. And like my
this
favourite.
is right up your alleyway.
This white guy, she goes, why would you? Look, save yourself a lot of time. Dump this fucking loser. And you see these white guys just devastated. Look at him. Look at him. I'll save you 20 years. Leave him now.
Is she really tall?
Dude, nah, she's just average height, but she has
seems tall.
She had a sweat rag on stage because she screams a lot and she drips in sweat like me.
She looks big.
And she doesn't give a fuck, dude. She just wipes her head and just squeezes it onto the stage. Dude, but the best, I saw her after, and Amos had, she went out and then started whipping one of the doormen with her towel and laying into him.
What?
She came off stage and he had been bad-mouthing her a few months earlier, and she was like, this little bitch needs to learn. I came out as she was getting loaded into her car, yelling, and the owner was like, you can't do that. And she's like, that bitch needs to learn. And
was that a guy or a girl?
I'm pretty sure it was a guy. I can't tell.
Who knows? Hollywood.
You never know now.
Is she still on Saturday Night Live?
But she's actually in Australia now. So I probably...
Really?
I couldn't believe that it didn't come up in the media.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, it's racist if they report it.
Well, because she basically ripped into... I thought, if that happened to me, I'd, have a massive lawsuit. And go, I'm blinded now. My neck's not... I've never been able to walk the same.
So it wasn't
I've been caught walking in circles. I can't even walk straight
So it wasn't
anymore.
in jest?
You were disabled
No,
or
dude,
something.
it was a full, attack.
Really? Okay. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
man.
Well, hit her up. See if she wants to come on the pod.
Well, you know what? She probably doesn't want it out there, but you know what? Don't hit people in the head with towels, bitch.
That's a true towel.
Tag her on it.
No, don't tag her, dude. I'll be in big trouble. Because I thought she was far away in the US, but then she's in New Zealand and Sydney at the moment.
Oh, yeah?
But whatever, it's not a big deal. They must have buried the story.
You met Juicy or Jetski from...
Dude, I didn't know
Friends?
who she was, but then once you pointed her out, she's on the inside track, dude. They love her there.
Yeah. Was she funny stand-up?
Yeah, she's sick, dude, and she's real nice, but like she is so liked. I think all the
She's just bubbly.
all the door people, because there's a lady that worked the door, not even a comic, that's on Saturday Night Live now.
Right, yeah.
If you went there and just like lived there for 2 years, you'd pretty much definitely get something. In my opinion, if you're just getting drunk and you're a character.
It just feels that America's a shithole, man.
Dude, and they're
Just
so
how it
posy,
feels.
man, because they've all wear like, they're all ready for movies. Like they got designer shoes on, hats.
Balenciagas?
Yeah. But you know what I mean? They're all very aware of the business. They're not just doing comedy for fun. It's all sort of like fist pumps.
Yeah.
And then like you'll meet someone and they're rude to you. And then they'll see you on another thing, and then suddenly they'll respond to your DM. Hey man, sorry I missed you on that gig.
Yeah.
I'll be coming to Australia soon. We should hang out. And you're like, nah, we shouldn't. Hey, fucking, you dog. Like, what do you mean? Like you're only friends for shits to get?
Yeah, it does look like people are there specifically to network.
Dude, I could
And
have
if
been.
you're not able to get something out of that person, you're
Dude,
nothing.
it's a lot of the vibe that you have in Melbourne, where like you'll be chatting to someone, and you're telling a story, and they're looking over your shoulder to see if Theo Vaughan's come in. Do you know what I mean? And then if Theo does come in, they just walk off. Like they don't even say goodbye.
Or like Bali, or like Branchy in Thailand with his parents.
Yeah, like you with your parents. But then they would, yeah, man, there was so many, but I didn't know all the...
I usually look over so I don't have to talk to this person that's talking to me.
But, look, to be fair, I was drinking the long necks, like the big beers. Because, you know, like, what are those, the cans with
The jump.
these old blues? I don't know, I was just calling them old blue, but they were like, you know, like, what are the... Long,
Bud
long neck, but in a can.
Like a King Brown
So,
or whatever.
yeah, it's like King Brown vibes.
Yeah.
So I was getting those and just tanking them. But it's fucking, yeah, it's a lot as well. And you can't film anything in there. I got in trouble a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to film comics. Like Bobby Lee was so funny. And they kept coming over and go, give me, they wouldn't just say, dude, you can't film. They'd go like, give me the fucking phone, and you had to show them. I got caught at least 4 times. That's why I only got one blurry shot of Bobby Lee. That was like, do you know what I mean? I had 5 attempts to try and do it.
Why is that? Just because...
They just got a
don't
rule
want
because
their
they don't
material
want
out.
anyone to like steal the material.
So what is
or
Bobby
put their
like?
material out there, and because most of them have got specials and shit.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you know what I was
Bobby Lee
thinking?
doesn't.
About, you know what I was
that's probably
thinking?
why.
There'll be a lawsuit. They haven't even thought about it. So you get, when you go to a gig, you put your phone in the bag. Then if there's a family emergency, that I would sue the fuck out of them. I go, hey Chappelle, my wife needed me to go to render first aid. She rang 4 times.
Yeah.
I love your new joke, but you owe me $2.8 million.
Or a new wife.
You know what I mean? You can't take control because there's even the network phones know that you can ring 000 even if you don't have credit. Like there's rules, right?
Yeah.
You can't take someone's phone, put it in a bag,
But then you
and
just
suspend
wouldn't-
it for an emergency.
You just wouldn't go see the show then.
Yeah, but what I'm saying to you is even the networks know you can't restrict a phone access because of emergencies and the potential lawsuits.
Yeah.
But all these dumb comics are like, put it in a bag. Don't worry. Just hope that someone doesn't slip and trip and try call. Like, I'm just saying, I was thinking about it when they were doing that stuff. Like, you can't call that. You actually do. It's a big lawsuit problem that they'll eventually work out, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean, the counter argument is if they're dying, they'll call 000.
Potentially,
So,
but I'm just saying, like, there is potential, especially in somewhere like the US, a potential liability.
Fucking someone's suing Kraft mac and cheese for 2.8 mil or 2.4 mil because it took longer than 3 minutes to make the mac and cheese.
Dude,
Yeah.
there are a lot of
Fucking
people
ridiculous.
making money out of that when I was younger, like slip and trips.
Yeah.
Where they basically look for it.
Yeah.
Do you know where they see the sign
Swallow the cameras,
with water and then they just run and
You
just
should have done
fucking
it
clean
for-
themselves up?
You should have done it for here, the studio.
Dude, I'm saving my big fire for a big factory or something. You only get one good insurance fraud in your life. I'm going to wait for a big one where I burn down like the Rio Tinto building. Or it's like Twin Towers, you know, where it's all insured. And I'm like, it's worth $1 billion. You can't, because someone was telling me I'll do insurance thing, for a backpack?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll wait until I do Twin Towers.
What did
2.9 bill.
What was Bobby Lee like?
Dude, I only got to speak to him briefly.
Oh, you met him?
Yeah, I only met him. Like
What,
I was
'cause you're
telling him.
backstage?
I was telling him the Leslie Jones story, and then someone else, like, they're all like seagulls trying to get like the famous people's attention.
It would be tough.
And I'd be like, I was saying to everyone, all they're doing is just trying to talk to them and get stuff. And I'm like, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So then you fucking keep away from me. I'm like, obviously I'm trying to fucking do that. So get away. I'm trying to become friends with Bobby Lee so I can get money as well. But yeah, dude, he was
stand-up
ripped,
like,
dude.
Really? What is it?
He had edgy shit, dude.
Is he absurdist or is he like
He's
accents
got a lot of charisma on stage, and he had a great joke about like how that an Asian Downs is pretty much as smart as a white guy. Because if you got Down syndrome and you're Asian, you're pretty much the same as any white man. It's fucking good, eh? And he does do accents. He does like Braveheart.
Oh, yeah?
He does the classic, what if Braveheart was Asian?
Oh, yeah.
No, naughty, no.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? And it's like, it's pretty like, you know, when you think about it, it's pretty hacky, really. Like, I laughed in the time. The best comics were the ones that weren't on the big lineups.
Yeah.
Like you'd see like on that open mic show where it's like unplayable, and there was this black comic that came on and he fucking shredded. It's only comedians, and he was talking about Jeffrey Dahmer, how like he didn't know how to cook black meat, like the meat dry. You got to put gravy with that. He said he just kept talking about the recipe. He's like, I see him frying it. There's no sauce. There's no black meat dry, real dry. He's no good cook. That's not how you cook black meat. And I was like, and then he did another thing.
Was everyone laughing?
Dude, I was laughing my balls off. Then he did like, never go full retard. And he's like, and he was on the mic, and he's like, he goes, I shouldn't go full. And I'm like, this guy's the best comic I've ever seen. Dude, and I went up to him and I'm like, dude, why aren't you doing like Comedy Store and stuff? And he goes, it's too fucking non-PC, man. I'm like, dude, you're the best comic I've ever seen in my life, man. Because he was like Eddie Murphy, but like a mixture of Eddie Murphy, but with Kinnison. Do you know what I mean? Like act out, animated, but then the darkest shit. Dark. Yelling black meat dry. I was crying, man. And then he followed up with that retard act out, and I fucking...
Is that what inspired your new show, Nate?
Dude, it's retarde.
Yeah.
Tell us about retarde, why you went with retarde.
Well, man, the first...
Because you said it in your episode
and it offended people. The first problem was, like, I've only got eight more gigs.
So you don't have a show about retarde. You just want to call it retarde.
I'm the retarde. I'm talking about myself.
Is this from the day that you said it on the potty and it's just stuck?
I was going to call it like retard hour at the gay guy factory. I was going to call it retard hour at the gay guy factory. Retarde hour at the gay guy factory. I was going to call my
just
show.
Hit every single. You should have had the black gay guy.
Yeah, the black gay guy or the gay Asian.
Nah, man.
The Gaysian guy factory.
Gaysian factory.
Look, the reality was that is what I was going to call it, like fire in the urinal or retarde hour.
Stop.
But the problem was...
The accent does... I don't know if it helps or not.
Yeah, but
it does now.
The problem was I haven't actually written the show. I've only got 8 shows until I have to do a new 45, and I've been doing these 15-minute spots with you, and it's not going well. I'm doing shit on World Vision. You know what the problem
Putting it in his ass.
The problem is you forget when you started, you used to sugarcoat the arsenic. Like you'd say something dark, and then you do an observation about airplanes.
Dark.
Now you're just hanging in green rooms, and like everything's funny to you.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And now you're like in big trouble because even calling it that to me is ironic and just fucking around, just trying to annoy people. Yeah. But it actually will trigger. But at the end of the day, like not everyone's going to agree with everyone. Like
that's right.
And I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't have to fucking have your opinions. So suck my dick.
And if you want to see Wolfie, we need to plug our show. We're doing the Planet Royale. Me, you, Pinder.
Yeah,
that's a good lineup.
And a surprise guest.
Oh yeah, and a surprise guest from England who's been on Mock the Week.
Mock your week.
Yeah. Have you been playing Mock the Week? Yeah. So if you're coming, guys, I'll see if I can get a few discount codes up on Patreon. So head to Hard Yards Patreon, but also it's a fucking dope lineup and a dope venue. So
that is a really good.
But what's your show called? 33 Years Single.
I've got a few shows. Which one, buddy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
My
you
solo,
know what,
33-year single.
you know what the problem is trying to...
Confessional, Who's Rhyme.
How are you writing a new hour? Because I've got 8 shows to test it, so it's impossible.
I just throw in like new bits and they develop over Fringe.
Because mine was going to be like old material, new shit, which was giving me a get out of jail. Like it was like, I'll try doing new, but then I can fall back on the old if I'm fucked. Well, but it's still actually going to be that. What I'm going to do is have ideas, try have a run on them, and then if it doesn't work, break down, go to old, and then go back at a new idea and just... But what I've realised with stand-up, it's like one rotten apple spoils the bunch.
Well, for a comic that cares like us, you have one bad joke and the rest are fire, and you're like, that's fucking
No, because it spoils even the fire jokes. Because what I realised, because I haven't written for so long, is if you've got one off-colour shit joke that you get rid of, but if that's around 3 good jokes, the other 3 go shit as well. Do you know what I mean? The whole game of comedy is getting rid of the rotten fruit. And then they go, oh, he's so good. It's all so perfect. But it's like, nah, I had to get rid of all the accent, the racist stuff, the autism shit. Do you know what I mean? The World Vision joke's gone now.
Well, that's why you can do it all in Retarde Hour.
Oh, dude,
it's in the name.
Well, that's what I liked about it, and I thought I'm going to call... I'm going to call all of mine retarde, and it's going to be like full retarde.
Never go full retarde?
Yeah, full retarde. Never go full retarde. And I'm just going to I think I'll do like a series of retardes.
So I find it funny because you were so anxious about us doing that little disability skit, and now your whole hour's called retarde.
This is the better thing, man.
That's guerrilla marketing as well.
I've done it on purpose.
Yeah?
Retarde... disabled thing. It's guerrilla marketing for his show.
Dude, I've literally done it on purpose because look, I understand we have to be PC and progressive, but like if you cannot process an idea and if it offends you, don't come to my show because you're not going to enjoy it. So I'm filtering them out. I'm like, if you're a grown adult and a word actually upsets you and you're going to take 6 months off work, stay the fuck away because I'm not doing comedy that you're going to enjoy.
Open your show with that.
Yeah.
Literally open with what you just said.
I'm like, I understand that you're fragile, like a little injured bird with a feeble, weak mind that can't even explore an idea without it leaving an aftertaste in your soul. I'm like, I don't need people like that. You need to consider an idea and then we say, look, obviously, even I, after saying it, go, oh, that was fucked up. I wish I hadn't done it and I learned.
Yeah.
Trying to learn... Rather than just go like, let's just not say it, never open that door, just pretend these don't exist. I would rather like fuck up and then go, oh, like what I did on that Patreon and go, yeah, that was a bit much, which you're going to delete. You better delete that.
Immediately.
But dude, the other thing is for stand-up.
We'll delete one part maybe. The
for
rest
stand-up,
can stay.
isn't that the point of stand-up?
All good.
Isn't the point of stand-up to say stuff that they haven't heard before?
100%.
It's to push the
push the boundaries.
Pushing boundaries.
What is the point?
It's to get out your misogyny, your homophobia, and your racism.
No, but
that's what it's for.
Dude, 100%. It's a place.
But isn't it playing on the ideas of what we know are wrong and what we know is taboo, and then finding a common ground where we can all laugh about it?
It truly is a place for straight white males to assert dominance and prove that we are the greater gender, species, and sex.
But it's actually a dangerous thing now because we're comics. I reckon we've got to a point like where I say retarde ironically, but I feel like I've got to the point where people know that I'm not being genuine. Like I've got my heart's in the good place.
Maybe Kanye thinks he's in the same bracket.
Well, oh, dude, that's what I'm saying.
So what do you think of, look at Kanye, like, because he's just not, he doesn't articulate things correctly.
Doesn't articulate things at all.
I reckon he's a dumb ass, and what he was trying to say is, look, there's good in everyone, and he's trying to be more compassionate, but it's just the worst possible angle to basically have a school shooter and go, but he was a great laugh. You know, Ted Bundy was great at parties. You know, wouldn't have minded him. You keep the girls, you know, boys' weekend. Ted Bundy's a great laugh. You don't say shit like that, and it's just the problem is he's too dumb.
He's too dumb to formulate the idea that he was basically trying to phrase other people's.
He's weaponized by TikTok and other, like Jordan Peterson and other people's ideas.
Yeah.
And it's basically, do you know those dumbasses that try regurgitate somebody else and have no grasp of the nuances of it?
I'm sitting in the room, mate.
So he's out there and he's trying to vocalize stuff, and I'm like, man, it's a very nuanced topic.
Yeah.
Just do beats, dude. Like, you fucking what the fuck? Even his Jewish shit, I'm like, some comic did have a good joke where they said, did you see that joke?
Yeah.
Where they go, yeah, I won't re-say it.
Yeah.
Where, you know the bit.
Yes, where he's like...
They said that the Jewish don't own the media. Then he got banned on social media. Then they said they don't own the banks, and then he got banned on banks. And they go like, "You're not making a good case for yourself."
Yeah.
Was that Chappelle who said that on Saturday Night Live?
It was another comic, but I feel like
Chappelle
that comic ripped it
ish.
from Chappelle.
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
ish.
did he?
I feel like, but I know the one that you're talking about. It was a white dude, hey?
Yeah.
Or he
It
might
was
have been a juish dude.
It was a white hack.
Yeah,
And if you stole
but
it.
I think he stole that off Chappelle.
Okay.
But yeah, man.
But he said that similarly.
Yeah.
Like, his take on the whole thing was fucking incredible. Like, I thought.
But
Chappelle's
what's
was
the
good.
logic, right? So they just go like, even all the thing, he's gone too far. You just got to throw him into the wilderness. He never comes back. I'm like, why can't he be educated and you have forgiveness? Like, where the fuck did that go?
But at this point, it's almost. You're almost an asshole for having him onto a podcast.
Oh, dude, 100%. You can't touch him. But like, where's
because you're the one putting him in a position where he's
the
possibly going to
forgiveness?
say something.
Because I have it with all like rural mates, and they're like, they're homophobic, and I'm like, yeah, they're on a tractor all day, and they don't have a town notice board, so they're not aware of the updates of pronouns and this sort of shit.
Yeah.
I think you should only get vilified, like what Kanye's doing, is when you call them out and go, dude, fucked up with the Jewish thing, and then he goes, sorry, man, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But when they double down, then
Yeah.
they should get burnt.
Yeah,
because he was told, fucking stop, and then he was like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But if someone says, dude, that's homophobic, and you go like, oh, I wasn't aware that it would be like that, and then you try to change your behavior, then you're good.
Emo made a good point. Like, all the shit stuff he's done in the past, and he gets to come back, and then the Jewish one is what fucks him over.
Yeah.
Dude,
And he's
yeah.
sort of right. Like to a
Do they
certain
reckon?
point.
Do
He
they
said- What was his point? That like they run them. What was it?
They run Hollywood and
Yeah.
control.
And you know what the
But
thing
is that wrong? Is that like, I don't know. I think that's.
Someone's not going to be on a podcast anymore.
But is that like the? As far as I was aware, like the.
Welcome to the Hard Yards with Wolfie and Delby.
Yeah.
Branchy's taking a little
Is that a bad
break.
Is that a bad thing that they run the world? I don't know. Was there more to it?
How's this though?
I don't know what he said.
How's this food? How's this vibe? They go, he's cancelled until you're in your car and you hear like, boof, boof, a new beat, and you're like, he's back, baby, with 12 fucking classic songs that we're playing on the beach. We love that motherfucker. And you're like, I'm getting married to that new song. It's a banger.
I do
you
find
think
it-
they would let him back in if he
Yes.
creates better music?
Yeah, of course.
So there's no cancellation. He makes music.
Yeah.
And as soon as you hear that playing
His
over
music's
at-
incredible. Like,
But you
Dude,
know
imagine-
that you've gone too far when Alex Jones is like, oh, I don't know about that one, buddy. Are you sure? Are you sure?
I love them all the
He's like, Kanye's
yeah.
gone and said something, and Alex is like, yeah, maybe I
He goes, no, man, Hitler sucks. But I still like this idea of everyone at the rally to get him cancelled. And then he drives past with
Bangers.
with speakers, and you hear boom, boom. And you're like, dude, that is a banger. Do you know if you hear the beat?
he
And
will
you're
come
like,
back. He will be.
Well, no one's going to not listen to his music.
Well, is he? It's like he's having a manic break, but maybe he's not. Maybe that's what they want you to think he's having. Who knows, man? We don't. You just don't know.
I feel like there's all part truths in what he's saying. Like there's
But
there's good points,
What
but
I've-
he can't
what I've
articulate
thought
it, and
is
then he fucks up.
He's heard about the good things that the Nazis did, and he's mixed that with the good things about Hitler. Like the advances in science that the Nazis made.
Yeah, like
was
going to the moon.
Insane.
Yeah.
But how's this idea, right?
But it cost millions and millions of lives.
Yes.
Yeah, and they were
So-
doing those experiments
Yeah, the twins experiments.
on crazy, but also like how,
Oh, was that Nazis as
Yeah.
That's Nazis as well.
Yeah.
how pathetic are humans that effectively acknowledge that they're like, oh my God, he better not say that because there's so many morons out there that it's theoretically, that they're going to get influenced. I'm like,
Yeah.
effectively the whole argument is 90% are we're monkeys.
Yeah,
we don't,
so true.
and they're like, Lord forbid, dude, don't say that sort of shit because people are they can get influenced so
Yeah,
easy
yeah.
and they're so stupid that Lord forbid some cunt says some crazy ideas
Yeah.
because it's just so embarrassing when you think about it. What you're saying is humans
People
are so
are dumb
susceptible.
though, man. They're so dumb.
But the whole argument why people are getting angry is admitting that 90% of the population are absolute retarde.
But what,
Like, see his new show at Fringe.
Like what?
Retarde.
We started saying this on like over the phone yesterday. And we said we stop because we started realizing no one matters at all, and they've got this sort of like this ego that they think their offence matters at all. And I'm not saying that's okay to just go and say something stupid, but like. At the end of the day, and I mentioned how Prince died.
Yeah.
Like everyone fucking loved him. They frothed him. They thought like And then 2 days later, no one remembered. They're like, move on with our life.
He was the artist formerly known as Prince.
Formerly known as Prince. But do you know what I mean? Like, so you can be as influential and say everything beautiful, and you could be a cunt, but 2 days later, once you're dead,
Dude,
like,
and
you're
life-
gone. Like,
life
we mean
demands
nothing.
you-
We mean fucking nothing.
Life demands that of you, because even if you lose your soulmate, you've got a certain mourning period, and then it's like, dude, you've got to come and have the buffet down, and your mate could drown on the holiday, and maybe that holiday's suspended, but you will be on another holiday, and you will be expected to have some cocktails and dance to Kanye. Do you know what I mean?
And
like,
ignore your parents.
but the idea that something's going to last forever is like even cancellation, and then what's so bad?
Well, Louis C.K.'s back.
He's back and
Bill
better
Cosby
than ever.
was touring again.
Well, he's out. He's been released now.
That's insane. The fact that he's been released after, 3 years?
Dude, you know what?
For raping, like, being the most convicted serial rapist in American history.
Because do you think he's got an odd dick? Because this is what I'm working out. Because
Harvey
Weinstein, Epstein had a dick shaped like an egg.
How do you know about Epstein's Eggstein?
Well, look it up. He had Eggstein, and then Weinstein, they said...
Eggstein.
Harvey Weinstein had some flesh-eating thing that basically ate at his dick, and it looks like
that was called actresses.
It looks like... No, but I'm saying it looked like it had been sewn on, and I'm like... That is probably what drove his power and the way he had to do more and more and more, because he knew, and they go, dude, you're the most powerful, most famous guy. And he goes, my dick looks like mince glued on. Do you know what I mean? Like it looks like a fucking...
I'm going out a massive limb here. Like Weinstein...
Epstein. Jews.
Is that all Jews?
Oh, come on. Branchy, give it a rest. Get a fucking balaclava on before you start talking about that. You're a fucking... anti-Semitic bullshit.
All these people running the world. But like you look at
you have to
even
say,
Epstein's like,
but we're not as acutely aware of Jew because
Australian culture's got
So we just sort of dip in and dip out, but it's fucking a big deal over in the US.
So like look at like Epstein, like the bad one. He's fucking like his black book. You can't see who was on the
African American book.
Well,
you can't see his black book. There's 27 names on there.
Well,
show us the fucking names.
How do they know there's 27 if no one's seen it?
It was in court. It was placed in court.
I'm guessing 26 of the 27 end in the name Steen. Do you reckon Cosby has a crook dick? He must.
Yeah, it's got a sweater on it. I think.
What do you mean? Like, why do you mean a crook dick?
I'm saying all these rapey boys basically had issues. Hitler didn't have a ball.
Yeah.
Epstein had Harvey Weinstein had fungal dick.
Yeah.
Then you had egg dick.
Yeah.
Cosby probably had a crooked dick.
Yeah.
I'm like, they're all trying to conceal their dicks.
Yes.
And they drive to be successful because no matter how well they do, they still know if a guy saw them in the showers, they'd be mocked.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, why do you work so hard? And you're like, because one day if I'm pissing at a party and someone sees my dick, my life will be over. And people will laugh at me forever.
Dickspiracy.
And you're like, dude, you have no empathy. And you're like, yeah, because I'm hiding a dick.
What
from
about
the world.
Bill Clinton?
Clinton would have had a crook. Squirrely dick.
Well, Clinton again. He's one of the guys who's definitely. We got taken down off TikTok for saying this, but he's definitely on that fucking list.
TikTok.
Because you see that hot mic of that lady who had the scoop already.
Yeah, but man, it's too much.
But she had the thing that gives like a lot of credibility to that hot mic when she's sitting there. She's not talking about the fact that he was on it.
Yeah,
she's upset that she wasn't the one who got to break it to the world.
I still think look. I know there are some dodgies that haven't been picked up. But it's sort of like if you, you've been to a nightclub and then some rapist has been there another night and they're like, look, they're all there. Do you know what I mean? You could have gone to the island and it could have just been a corporate thing to raise money. I'm saying like it is theoretically possible. Not every week, not every moment on an island is an orgy minute minus.
Yeah, no, but the point with Clinton was it wasn't about the island for her. They had stuff on Clinton for the pedophile stuff with.
What did you hear? The better conspiracy, which was what was that?
And Prince Andrew in that same interview, that
the
same hot mic.
The drug runner for Pablo Escobar, who used to fly it over, his mate, they haven't made a movie on it, but it's better than Blow. I'll have to get his name. I don't know it off car.
Cocaine Bear?
Maybe it's that. Maybe, I don't know. But he said the guy used to fly into where Clinton was a governor and they paid 50 grand.
Oh, yeah, that's the Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, that guy.
Eyes wide shut.
But that's not true to fact. Like, that movie was all made up. But,
was it?
But the guy, no, it was total bullshit. It was a lot off.
But yes, they used to fly into the front where Bill Clinton was the governor and he would turn the blind eye.
Dude,
and then he became president.
And then the guy they were interviewing is so honest.
Yeah.
Like, obviously.
Says cocaine is a safe drug.
No, but I'm saying, so that's verified fact.
Take that soundbite.
Yeah, took that money.
Yeah.
But who knows, man? People do it everywhere, don't you think?
This is why it's just like widely accepted that the Clintons are cooked. Like, they're fucked.
Yeah.
Like, they're just, there's too many things like that.
Did you see there is actually a movie called Cocaine Bear?
No.
Bro, there's a movie coming out, because it's a true story. A bear found a 30-kilogram package of cocaine and ate it.
Yeah.
And went on a rampage.
Dude,
and
that's
now they've made a movie called Cocaine Bear.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Cocaine Bear.
Because I was sure that Tom Cruise one where he would deliver for the CIA, that was based on truth.
Well,
like, obviously things are added for dramatic
there was
purposes,
another, because he was ex-CIA, that guy.
Yeah.
And then he
was delivering for the Cocaine
Bear is what you need.
It's a 2-minute trailer, otherwise I'd play it.
Dude, you should watch this doco on the other guy, because he was friends with him, and one of the best stories, dude. He used to do the runs. He broke out of prison 5 times. I won't do it justice, but no, he was talking about that movie, and he said so much of it wasn't accurate. Yeah. He said, and he goes, I don't know why.
Oh, it would have been added for dramatic purposes.
He goes, I don't know why they didn't do the real story. And then he was telling how, like, they had been shot down out of sky, all this stuff, and he was like, I'm like, dude, and
yeah, that was way more.
They were like, why don't they make a movie on this? And he goes, yeah, I don't know. Like, this movie's probably better than Blow. Yeah. It was his life story. And they go like, nah, they just had Tom Cruise weirdly riding motorbikes, doing ridiculous shit.
Some of those books,
is that Mission Impossible?
Yeah, sort of. No,
some of the real true stories are so intense. It's like, look, you seen Marching Powder? You read Marching Powder?
Have you? Marching Powder?
I think I've read
Thomas?
it.
Incredible. Like,
I've read it a long time
self-governed prison, hey?
Yeah.
Self-governed prison in
Colombia.
And like, basically
Saint-Tropez or something?
So how are they kept in there? Just guards on the outside?
Yeah.
Guards on the outside.
Families can come in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just
full market.
And that's where they make all the coke.
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Is it Max Friedman?
La Paz, I think it's called.
The
prison. La Paz?
Can't remember. But yeah,
have you been listening to Lex Friedman? That's where the pod was.
What's his
Dude,
deal?
He rips. He's so
but
good.
he's like, he's very slow and he's very like.
Well, he's an MIT.
measured.
He's an MIT sort of like scholar, so he's really smart.
He's Ukrainian, eh?
Yeah, and because he's so smart, like, he's fucking great. I've been listening to all
like
his
his
pods.
way
I
of
really
thinking?
like. Yeah. He's just very measured on everything. Do you know what I mean? It's not emotional. It's more like a science thing to him.
Yeah, we get a bit emotional like with our.
We're in there going, "Hey, fucking bullshit! Cancel him." Is it Friedman?
Lex Friedman, yeah.
Friedman. He's very measured. I was watching the Bobby Lee podcast with him, and it wasn't like I didn't really enjoy it. It was too slow.
Yeah, but he's pretty good when he breaks down like a hard topic, like with Kanye and stuff. Do you know what I mean? He tried to give him some good angles. I'll try. He did the interview with the CIA guy. I'm trying to. I don't know why I'm saying it because I didn't even explain the fucking story. It's so boring.
What do you think of Liver King?
Oh, Liver King.
He's come out as being on steroids. Are you surprised?
Dude, you know, it's Roger Reeves, smuggling drugs for Pablo. It's episode 199.
Okay, I'll have
But it's not directly about him. He's just friends with, they were co-pilots.
Yeah.
But, dude, I love the Liver King because, do you know what? He comes out and he goes, look, I'm sorry. And I'm like,
everyone knew.
Sorry, you're going to jail, fuckhead, because he lied to people and said that the liver pills and he sold 100 million worth of them.
Yeah.
And he's committed fraud.
Has he? Or is it false advertising?
Well, have you not committed fraud where you say like, hey, I don't take steroids and now I look like this just having my pills and following my methodology and then they all buy it and you've lied to them and you've committed straight fraud to sell the product Because most people that bought, if they knew that he was pumping steroids, might not have spent hundreds of
just got
dollars on
steroids
level
instead.
tablets.
I have.
He should be in fucking jail. It's straight fraud, don't you think?
I didn't really know who he was, and while I was on my trip over in Thailand, before he made his announcement, I was listening to Rogan. I think it was a Rogan episode, maybe with Steve-O. And they were talking about him, and Rogan was like, "Nah, he's on steroids, for sure."
How was that?
Like, it's not possible.
They've already had a case like this, right? Which was that lady over here that had healthy cooking, and she said it cured her cancer, and then it turned out she never had cancer.
Oh, it was good.
Yeah.
Stopped it.
But I'm saying to you, like, I don't know if she went to jail, but do you know what I mean? If I say I had chemo, and then I said, no, I'm just eating fucking snails, and that's fixing it. Is that a crime? It seems like it's a crime to me. I feel like he's on YouTube going, sorry, well, I made 100 mil. My bad. I'm like, I swear he should be in handcuffs. A bit like that FTX guy.
Oh, fuck. What's that guy's name?
So was it just a Ponzi scheme?
Dude, but this...
Sam Bryan something or other?
Yeah, but because he fucking directed all the funds to the Democrat Party, he's going to get away with it all.
Yeah.
So he funded their campaign.
But
and
this
now,
this is the argument that we had then,
so
right?
fucked, mate.
Of the Epstein Island. It's like a lot of celebrities endorsed him. And I'm like, they obviously couldn't vouch. You know, you get offered 10 mil and it seems like a lot of people support it. It's an $18 billion exchange. I'm like, it's the same with the list of people that went to the island. There must have been people like, how much knowledge do you know if you go to a corporate event and they go, hey, come, we want to network. It's going to be 3 days. Like I'm saying, some of the people that flew to Epstein's Island probably only went there for business.
Yeah.
It has to, and they hadn't vouched them, and they really wouldn't have known. They would just go, oh, come, dude, I'm mates with mates. And they go, can Delby come along as well? You're suddenly on the flight, and they just assume that you've been banging girls by the pool, and you like literally went for the Microsoft conference.
Yeah, but
same thing as banging girls by the pool with me.
Yeah. Totally. But I'm saying, so
conference.
even with this FTX, how much did Larry David know about this scam in Bahamas? Well, he vouched for them.
Did he?
He did all the advertising.
Larry David,
who doesn't need the money.
Elon was like, nah, I smelled a rat. So he didn't invest.
Yeah, he
You
said
just
that.
speak to someone for a half an hour and you know enough.
Well, it's funny. He only said that once he had gone down.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see him post, I just had a meeting with this guy.
Yeah.
I smell a rat.
Well, see,
not
Elon
like
started-
once he's gone under and go like, I smelled a rat. I just didn't feel the need to post it until I looked good later on.
Did you see he started releasing all the Twitter
Oh,
stuff?
dude, the
files?
stream's unbelievable.
Have you seen this?
Twitter files.
So the Twitter files, specifically relating to the Hunter Biden laptop and how Twitter...
how they actively blocked it, the CEOs.
Dude,
they've
got the whole string there, and it's emails like...
From the
get rid of
Democrat
this.
Party.
It's Democrats just basically going, get rid of this. And they pulled in even child protection laws to dump stuff. And it was like, it's basically Democrats emailing going, make this disappear. And they're like, yeah, man, no worries, obviously.
And so now it's all out there. And now
That's disgusting.
They've got nothing left
to influence
an election, basically, because 10% of people have said, well, if we had known that, we wouldn't have voted for Joe. But regardless, the worst part is now they're going, the only reason we didn't want people to see Hunter Biden's dick. That was why we were doing it. Like,
well, it is a big slong, I heard.
Well, let's imagine his dick.
Well, dude,
let's play the game.
Do you know what I mean? Some of these people that
forget his business investments with Burisma in Ukraine and China.
Dude, you've got
and
to protect people from ideas because they're morons.
And using his dad's influence to fucking get money over it. Like, it's
What's that tattoo? Is that real?
Yeah, that's real.
He's got a tattoo of a child trafficking region on his back.
No way.
Is it real?
It's real.
Verified?
So the tattoo's real, and the area in which he's got the tattoo of is
it looks like
known.
a tiger scratch.
Yeah,
but
it's known for child trafficking.
What is that? Them clawing at the door? Is that what it is? Is that what it represents?
I don't know what the relevance of that is. You could be drawing along, but like that could be in a place where he went on a cool adventure and he loved.
It all comes down to the idea. They're like, Hunter Biden's dick is going to make people have to quit their jobs. They're just going to be housewives going like, I just can't.
But regardless,
I saw a penis.
So the people who were saying that that's
I've
the
got to
issue,
lie in a bed now.
because he had crack and fucking hookers, and we see his dick in all those photos. That's not what. that's not the issue. The issue is the business dealing with Burisma, withholding fucking funds from the Ukraine unless they fire a Supreme Court justice to stop investigating the business dealings with that business. And he used his dad's influence. So he was fucking vice president at the time.
Well, I heard you use your dad's influence to get up in Thailand.
Yeah, you did, Gary Glitter.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Mr. Gary. But that's, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, how is that not an issue? We now have a president of the United States who is clearly using his influence to benefit his own family business dealings, that is fucked. That is corruption at its
Trump
finest.
would have done the same thing with all his business empire. He would have changed all the laws. I'm like, welcome to private school, dude.
But
I went to uni and guys that couldn't even read and went straight into stockbroking jobs. And I had to go and they go like, do you know what I mean? Like that's just always been the way.
That's the worst possible argument. They're like, but what about Trump would have done that? Like, or Trump does this. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, Biden did it.
They did it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Trump did it, fucking address that as well. But fucking address that. Don't just go, but that's corrupt as well. I fucking hate these fucking left-leaning cunts just keep on saying,
but it's
what
always
about
been
this?
Just not taking responsibility.
Yeah, who gives a fuck about anything else? We know this part. Fucking address that, you
But
cunts.
you know what the thing is? Rich people don't have to follow the rules.
Yeah.
That's the newsflash. Are you not aware? And money, I don't know why you don't understand this. If you're rich, you don't have to follow rules.
And that's
the truth in any country.
I think that was my favourite part.
And everyone's shocked. Oh
about-
my God, he's rich. He's not listening to the rules. Yeah, of course. Stokes didn't even have to fucking quarantine.
And that was what was, yeah. And that's
Why
what
would he?
was so,
He's rich.
And that's why people bought into Trump so much, because he just admitted it. Like, even in his debates, he was like, I know it's corrupt because I fucking use it.
Yeah.
I use the system to my advantage. What do you want me to not use it? That's the system. So I'm going to... Like,
legal.
Hey, I'm not going to pay tax because I don't have to. Like, you won't change the laws.
Yeah.
You're not going to change the laws because the people who donate to your campaign fucking do the same thing that I do, you fucking idiots. Like, what do you, like that? That's why everyone bought in.
But
I can't remember who said that as well. Someone
Trump said it.
Yeah, but someone said it in a comedy bit. I think it was Chappelle.
Did you not find it? Because the thing that I find crazy is everyone's on social media acting surprised. Didn't you always know that this was the case?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
didn't you know, like, when you looked into a rich person's house, that they got a pretty good life and that their dumb son would be the head of Rio Tinto? Did you not understand?
That's how the caves got
Did
blown
you really
up.
think the world was free? You're like, why is there a semi-retarded kid going to run Rio Tinto? And you're like, because he's the son of the Packers. What do you fucking think? You're getting the job? Your dad's a cleaner. Your dad's doing Gary Glitter impersonations in Thailand. You don't get to run Twitter, dude, or be a politician.
He's turned your dad into Gary Glitter.
No, but Gary Sparkles. Gary Sparkles.
Because he's cleaning.
He can't get you the job. Do you know, you even see it with the famous people here. They're like, what the fuck? They're in a movie.
Oh my
Do you know their
God.
dad, like the DeSonia, or is that family? They buy their way in.
Chicken.
No, but they'll buy their way in. And you're like, what the fuck? They're in an Apatow movie. They're the worst actor. I honestly had it at uni. I'm like, one of the dumbest guys, straight into like a broking firm. And I'm like, that guy couldn't even get the correct change from a fucking sandwich.
Well, that's...
and he's managing $500,000. I saw a guy over east. He's hooked up with Fairfax family. And it was like a celebrity wedding. And they're like, he's bought a $5 million house. One of the dumbest guys I ever met in my life.
Well, that's like the guy from the Formula One, the Russian racer from 2 years ago. His dad bought the company, and then he made his son the person who would race.
Laws are
and everyone was
My
like,
dad
"You've
won't
just-"
even come and watch my comedy.
And I think
Does he not come watch it?
That's happened
No,
with the
he's been once.
Canadian
Twice.
driver
What did he
as well.
say after your comedy?
Well, the first one was a rap battle.
Oh, he would have liked
Comedians
that.
versus rappers. He goes, well, I'll say is one thing, son. You killed it.
Oh, he loved it.
He liked the rap
You
battle
killed
one.
the mood.
You know. And
You
then
killed
the
And
next
what
one,
did he say when he came to see your comedy?
Next one, he liked Janelle. He said, he's like, Janelle, she's very funny.
She's beautiful as well. She's a pretty girl.
Why is my dad a Russian?
Pretty girl.
So what? So he didn't
thick
say.
lips.
He didn't say you did really well, son. He was
Nah.
like that Janelle. She's good. Yeah.
She's Janelle.
Is that Janelle
She's
single?
on the radio there, 94.5. She's very funny.
I'd like Janelle to
If
come
anyone
to
wants
Christmas.
to hear, I've done a podcast with my dad on Patreon.
Are you really?
Yeah, 30.
What did he
it's
say?
about-
Was he talking about Janelle?
So
Oh, yeah,
funny.
yeah,
No, I just
beautiful
asked him
girl.
about women's footy just to see,
Oh,
just to get him like cranking. I go, Melbourne women's just won the grand final. Who gives a fuck?
Dude, that's so funny.
So if you want to listen to that, that's on Patreon as well.
Dude, you can, instead of insulting someone, you just yell women's footy and you trigger them. You know how you yell out gay slurs out of a car? To guys, you can yell out straight guys.
Ebony Antonio.
You're like, AFL football's on TV tonight. And they're like, I'm fucking furious.
Taylor Harris.
Taylor Harris has just got a $30 million contract with Pepsi. Oh, I want to fucking punch a car.
Did you see this? This is okay. I don't want to be too misogynistic.
Oh, dude!
But
so, what, you're drawing the line now, man?
WNBA. They said we don't want equal pay.
I saw this.
Yeah,
so good. You'll love this, Wolfie.
We want
equal distribution of the market share.
Yeah, we want an equal percentage of the revenue that the men get. So, like, if the men get 50% of what the revenue brings in, we want 50%.
Yeah.
So they did the maths, and they owe $87,000 each.
Oh,
so the women's NBA are losing $12 million a year. There's 12 players on a team, and there's 12 teams. So 12 million divided by 144 is negative 83,300 each. They're like, well, you owe us $83,000 a player.
There's suddenly a bailiff at their house going like, it's my family house. Like, yeah, it turns out you owe us a shit load.
The chick in the Russian jail's better off than them.
But dude, the thing is, like...
But that seems fair, hey? Like, that seems fair, like, man. To ask for but then you do the math and you're like, well, you are getting donated a lot of money from the NBA.
Right? It's like the Gold Coast and GWS teams.
Yeah.
But dude, it's also like the reason it's upsetting is there is an argument, like, you know, when you plant a seed and it's a little sapling, which is that whole stream of sport, right? It's new. That you can't just tromp on it. Do you know what I mean? Like this tree's been around 100 years.
Of course.
And what I'm saying is everyone's going in there, look, it's a pissy little sapling. Piss on it. Jump on it. I'm like, yeah, it's only 2, 3, 5 years old.
Yeah,
I'm like, you do need to protect. Like, you can't just say to a baby, oi, why don't you fucking defend yourself?
Yes.
It's brand new, it's in its infancy, and you start laying into it and going, should have learnt to protect your head, fuckhead. New.
And I totally agree. I just find it funny.
Ask my dad or listen to my dad on Patreon.
What I'm saying
It'll never be as good as the men's. Never. Forget about it.
It needs a bit of nurturing for it in order to mature.
Yeah.
And I do believe that in our lifetime, these pods will look bad. Do you know, like, it will be popular?
No, because we're not saying...
I think in the fullness of time.
Because we're not saying that...
I don't think so.
I just found it funny that they said they wanted that, and you're like, okay, here's what you would have to do.
Yeah, I disagree. No, I think it will never be anywhere near.
Well, that's because men are like...
Because the crowds aren't even there. The crowds were there to start, and they've just fallen away.
It's going to get better.
Women need to support women.
People are wrong with sport because it's like with the cricket, right? I was watching there, and they didn't get West Indies to follow on. I'm like... No one really gives a fuck. It's entertainment, right? People think, it's about the sport. It's about the theatre of it all. You got the streaker, you get drunk. You don't really know the difference between watching Waffle or the bigger one if you're a moron like me. Do you know what I mean? So as long as you have drama, the ref's been king hit, a guy's got his dick out, there's a final goal. Yeah. I'm like, you had your event. And then, you know, all these idiots, you can even high school football, they've won the flag, we all go get pissed, we do coke. I'm like, is it different? I'm saying to you, do you know if the standard's better or worse? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's possible that you could end up having...
when the score's 8-4 after an hour and a half of footy.
Yeah, but dude, it's like this. It's the same thing as like... You give a kid a football and his first kick sprays off and you're going, you useless cunt. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You can barely catch.
But we can
I'm yelling at my kid, why aren't you Jordan? You fuckhead.
We can see there has been in like 5, 6
they
years
need
of
to
women's footy.
minimise the size of the field. Full stop. For more
maybe,
scoring.
but we can see that there's already been an improvement.
Dude, you've got to give it this, man. It could have happened in comedy to you.
So give it another 10, 15
years. It could have been your first gig and people would have...
crushed my
This is it. Your first few gigs and then someone pulled you aside and showed you Chappelle on your phone and go like, what are you wasting our time for? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like someone could have done that and that is why I support the women's football.
Look, my opinion, 10, 15 years, it'll be a reasonably good comp.
20 years for me.
20 years? It'll be a reasonably good comp. It will, and no offense, it will just it will never be as good as the AFL.
It will be, man.
And that's just because of the fact that men are bigger, stronger, and faster. Broadly,
you are so transphobic.
Mate,
broadly speaking, we are our muscle mass is bigger. We have a better Anyway, we won't go into all that. But regardless, we are bigger, stronger, faster, and that's what's always going to result in a bigger, faster, more exciting game.
Dude, there was a comic,
that's not just for bus-
doing that joke. He goes, I'm really into trans porn. He goes, I just find them more reliable, a bit more, he did all the traits of a man. They're just a bit more stable.
Oh my God.
It should have been a bit more put together. But you know why I reckon you're wrong? Because reality TV is going to combine with sport, and it's going to be like Housewives of fucking Melbourne mixed with footy. So you can have them like bitch fighting and going like, that bitch is fucking her boob job. She looks like shit. And it's going to be, they're going to have like Love Island bit with footy games as well. And then you can have guys all sitting around not expressing their feelings. And you're like, I want to see a cat fight.
They already have that to a certain extent.
That's basically
Is
Love
it
Island.
XFL?
That's the lingerie football league.
Yeah, which is more interesting.
Done?
Yeah, it's done.
Which is more
My
interesting.
dad talks about that on Patreon as
Still?
well. Yeah, no, on the Patreon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is your dance? What's the most contentious thing he said on that app?
I can't say on here. You have to listen to it.
Oh!
Yeah.
Was it about
I won't
immigrants?
Say, I won't say.
Refugee thing?
You have to listen to Patreon.
Go join the Patreon.
Dude, you got to delete my Patreon because even for Patreon, I don't like.
What was your highlight of the comment of going to America though? And then I've got one more point that I want to bring up.
My favorite thing was getting the e-scooters and just cruising around drunk in the dark. Do you know, like, it's all the little things. Hermosa Beach, because
What's
it
it
felt
called?
Hermosa Beach. Because it was just felt like probably his Thailand holiday, because I had a few cocktails, tacos. It was the beach. Took my shoes off, walked around. It wasn't really the comedy, man. It was just like
the scene.
holiday.
like because you met like people, but it was pretty much
Were
weirdly
you with Amos much?
every night.
Yeah.
We got drunk every night.
With Jim there?
I didn't see Jim, man. He steered clear.
Yeah, he saw
Yeah,
you.
of course. Yeah. Fucking that Wolfie.
But
some guy I know.
no, meeting the I think a good takeaway was realizing like it's just comedy everywhere. Just because, you know, Robin Williams used to go, it's sort of like people that fucking Graham McKenna went to my school, or it doesn't make you. Do you know what I mean? Just the idea that Kinnison and then performed at that thing. Unfortunately, do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that there's, you know, just because you're at that place doesn't make you them.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't play on where Michael Jordan used to grow up and play ball and then think you're Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
It made me just realize, like, you know, replicating the past is a silly move. Yeah. Like, there's new stories unfolding.
Yeah.
Well, that's why
it's only
stockbroking.
And it's only losers that think, I have to go and, you know, the Wright brothers invented the plane here, so Qantas has to set up their fucking facility there to make it.
So you can do it anyway.
But this is what I said.
Well, 100%.
This comes full circle back to my trip to Thailand, and this is exactly what I said to Lena as we were finishing on the beach. I was like,
Finish.
Oh,
yucky,
finishing.
yucky.
I was like, it doesn't matter what I do. I can invite you and your other two friends back to our
my room.
In a few months, we'll never recreate like the randomness of us bumping into each other again. Like the one random night we met in Phuket, the boat trips, you know, the rain. We'll never recreate it. Yeah. And if you try to, it'll never be. It will
never be as good.
Never be as good. So
you arrive back, and then you'll be like,
the randomness was
better last time.
I had it when I went back to London, man, and you tried to replicate, and all your friends were gone, and you're like, the hot dog place
if I go back to
it's like real sad, and it was like living in the, you know, your own memory had died.
We need to do London Vault. It's a guarantee.
But your own memory there's actually nothing sadder than if you replicated that and then having your memory die in front of you, where you're like, Gary was arrested. He's not going to sing anymore.
So last night I nearly booked a flight back to Thailand, for the dates, and then I got reservations. I stopped and I was like, I'm just going to wait a couple of weeks before I book again, because I went, am I just trying to recreate it? I'll go back. Maybe the whole reason I had a good time, our name was beautiful, but maybe the whole reason I had a good time was because of the people I met. And who's to say I don't meet new people? But what if I go back and I hate it? Yeah. I'm like, this is shit. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I only enjoyed it because of the people I was with.
It's only ever is the people. It's always the people. It's never the place.
Rose-coloured glasses. It's nice. You can be in a really nice-looking place with shit people and it's shit.
Yeah.
Dude, that's what I find funny. Because people will say, I'm going on holiday. And I'm like, yeah, you're a nerd. Like, the holiday's going to suck. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's like that premise I was doing. Like, 1-star personality can't stay in a 5-star resort. It doesn't change what they are.
But that's true, actually, because, like the Raylay Beach, I went 2 days. 2 days. First day by myself. 5th day I went with Lena. First day, it was okay. Beautiful scenery. Second day, and perfect weather. Like on the 5th day, went again. Amazing day. Rained. Who gives a fuck? But it was way better.
Because you had a picnic.
Yeah, picnic. But you know what I mean? Like, it is the experience of sharing it
We
with people.
did that in Prague, man.
Because humans are connection.
Yeah.
We went to Prague, and it was like one night out at a nightclub where you had to, like, guys were checking in, like, you're getting checked for weapons. We went in there. One of the greatest nights. I forget what the club was called.
Where's Prague?
Stabs our ass or something.
Dude,
where is Prague?
Czech Republic.
Czech Republic.
And I forget what we used to call it. And it was like,
women in the world. Man.
We went there for one night, the greatest night of my life with mates. And then I think we went there the next, like a year later with other mates that we had told. Just so disappointing. Do you know what I mean? It was a one-off.
Yeah.
It was probably the night that all the sex workers had their night off. We're like, what the hell? This is the best place ever. We didn't know it was a Christmas party for the porn industry. Like, what the fuck? And in your head, you're like, this is club bullshit.
You've romanticised
You're
it
crying, and then you come back and go like, this sucks, man.
Yeah.
Because it theoretically can happen anywhere. Do you know, when you go out and it's like Mad Monday and it's someone's won a premiership. And you're like, this bar rules.
Yeah, that's like in Bali, Old Man's I loved, and there was another place, Pretty Poisons, and when I went back, they're both shut.
Dude.
Pretty Poisons is the skate bowl. I was like looking forward to when they're shut.
Yeah.
Just by chance, when I was there about the 4th day in, Old Man's reopened. I was like, oh, sick. But it just wasn't.
It's never the same, dude. It's even like that with a movie.
You can't bang now in Bali. They just passed the law.
Yeah, do you see that?
Today.
What do you mean you can't bang?
Can't bang out of marriage.
You're not allowed to fuck outside of marriage.
Actually-
Can't cohabitate.
Actually,
Passed today.
a girl just messaged me.
You can't have sex over there.
If you're not married.
A girl.
Well, my
shouldn't say
trip's
it like that.
unaffected. I've just got more space by the pool now. All you guys are going, all you womanizers, and I'll get some quiet time.
Some picnics
with some
on your own.
cocktails. And I'm like,
So
yeah.
it applies to foreigners too, but it won't be enforced for 3 years.
Yeah, fucking way to kill the country.
Dude, I love those laws because you're like, when does it click in? Imagine there's a time where it's like 11:49, and you can be like, you know.
But how will they? How will they police
Keeping
that? Like, are they
Toms,
going to
dude.
go back to my
Literally
hotel
Nazi
room?
style where people will snitch. They'll
No,
go, in this room, there's 2 people having
No, you're
sex."
wrong. There'll be peeping toms, government peeping toms.
Professional people.
You'll be banging and then see a little government inspector in the cupboard. You're in trouble. Finish up, that you're going to jail.
Do you think it would actually affect the tourism there?
Yes.
Yeah, we're killer.
Because it's like
Yes.
they're still vax, and that's definitely affecting the tourism there as well.
I don't know why they've decided to do this because it's fucking.
Because that's what people go there for, to travel and meet people and bang, and not just to bang. Like people go there for family vacations and stuff, but like the whole freedom of fucking travel to do what you want and
Disgusting.
and
So what?
But-
what's the? How much jail do you have to do?
Fuck, I don't know. It's Bali, man. Whatever they decide. No, I think it'll just be a way to fucking increase bribes, increase money when you get caught because you just have to pay them off straight away. Be most expensive fuck you ever had.
But yeah, you always forget that when you're traveling. You know what I mean? The laws are pretty serious.
so you just like you meet someone, you have a beautiful day, you take them home, you have sex with them. What the fuck?
With consent.
With consent, and
Dude, but if you think about
go to
it-
jail if you're not married.
If you hadn't,
could you just say you're married?
We need to see the documents.
Maybe they know better than you.
Show us the papers.
don't have anything on me.
Where are your papers?
Maybe they know better than you. Maybe if you hadn't banged Lena, you'd be flying to Germany now with your kid.
I didn't say.
You're gonna have gold
I didn't
stars.
say.
No,
So
but what
you're
I'm saying
married.
to you,
Hey.
imagine if you go like, oh, this no fucking sucks, and then you're like, oh man, we took it real slow.
I didn't
we
say
had
it.
2 years, we communicated. I ended up marrying this girl. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm only joking. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
I
But
didn't
you're
say we
Bali's
banged.
a clean
talking
up.
about
You've
Lena.
just made assumptions.
Oh, really?
I didn't say we've banged.
Yeah, well, I know
You
you
made
didn't.
assumptions.
He didn't
say
bang.
it
He
on-
made love. There's a difference.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry, Lena, if you're listening.
Oh, Lena.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got... You forget you're on pods, eh?
Yeah, we
Stop
just
doing jokes. Just rambling.
All right, Delby,
Cool,
you want to
dude.
plug anything, man?
Oh, Max Shane's calling. Yes, we really need to plug Planet Royale. We need to move some tickets. Best
Cool.
lineup you'll see in fucking ages. All hard yarns and Perth.
And Mush is
best comics.
killing at the moment.
Yeah. So
All new staff. He did 15 last night, brand new. It was so good.
yeah, sick.
Really?
Yeah, man.
that-
He's
that-
writing a
that
lot,
Ripper's-
and Yeah, I bombed my ass off.
Yeah,
It's hard to follow.
Yeah, you bombed.
Yeah, no, but if someone's like
How'd
really
Squirrels
tearing
go?
it up,
Did
he tore it up
Did
as
he
well.
did he create that bit prior to our pod or
Which one?
The on the knees in the sand dunes,
He'd been talking about it, but it was like,
and then he worded it just rightly on the pod.
He did that bit.
It.
That bit went off.
where he's like, I wanted a hand job.
Yeah, it worked well.
Different-
It's like
different hand
that's
job.
cool. Podcasts are a good place to grab
retarde.
bits.
Yeah, none of my stuff translates. Really.
You want to plug anything?
But yeah, also teach
Oh,
comedy
nah,
night.
man.
Teach comedy night as well. Come check that out.
I don't need to plug anything because, that Perth show's sort of a trial show anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't care.
Go
if
watch it
people come.
anyway. Retarde hour, it's called. If you type in RITARD dash apostrophe A.
And if the
type in
title
Andrew
title
Wolfe.
changes, it's because someone's clued up and changed it.
So just type Andrew Wolfe in Fringe. I've got a fuckload of Fringe shows as well. Type Daniel Delby in.
Dude, it's actually hard when you had to upload it because I thought it just fucking around. But then when I had to contact the lady, they go, hey, I need to change the title. And you send it through, you're like, what am I doing here? This is stupid shit, you dumbass.
If you want cheaper tickets, join the Patreon as well. There's always discount codes for tickets.
Yeah, if you email me looking for cheap tickets, I'll block you and ban you from the venue.
I'm sorry as well to the
Lena.
Lena and the English
Anyway,
chick,
English
as you called her.
No, I'm sorry to the Patreons that have got old T-shirts, but we've updated the T-shirt design now for anyone who joins now.
Or limited edition now.
Limited edition and
The original.
Yeah, so the originals are the limited. Yeah, actually, that's kind of a kind of looking at it.
Yeah,
You'll
they're
never
the
get
day
those
ones.
again. You'll never get the parrots.
Yeah.
The parrots are never going to be repeated.
Yeah.
Actually, I like it like that. So we've
It's NFT.
I'll do.
It's
I
an
can
NFT
do.
shirt.
I've got a hook up in Bali. I can make cheap rip-offs of these if you want them.
Yeah.
I'll take a screenshot of that photo and upload it for
Bali.
$15.
The poor man's Thailand. Anyway, I got nothing to plug. I vaguely remember maybe I'll be on at ECC soon. Maybe it was last night and I didn't go and I didn't know.
Yeah. Check out
don't know.
the new skits. They're funny.
Yeah, so when I'll put
They'll be up by the time this is
yeah,
up.
exactly. I'll put one of them.
Fuck
now.
yeah.
Cheers, cunt.
Chair bolt.
Hooroo.